Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is admittedly quite dark here, but it is Forza Horizon 6 time. Just notice it's very bright by these diggers. We've got a much better spotlight on the construction site. I should have parked over here for my little intro. Let's get some illumination going on. Yes, hello everybody. I have got some Horizon 6 for you today. I am going to be building some rally cars. So I know lots of people are looking forward to this game. I am very much looking forward to doing multiplayer stuff and so on in this game. Don't want to spoil too much for everybody. So today we are going to be just building some cars. I'm not going to go crazy into depth in showing off all sorts of bits and pieces. We are going to go for some building rally cars on a stage that I have made myself. I actually sat down and spent a good few hours, hello dog, building a rally stage. I got headbutted by a dog. Apollo, you want to interrupt? We've been streaming for a minute. It's barely been a minute. And you're already interrupting. You're already in the way. Swag also thank you for the bits. Saying, hi, Mr. Race. And preemptively Apollo. Yep, Apollo is here. But, you know, there we go. Less than a day before I can play Horizon 6. This final wait is going to be painful. And now I'm going to watch your stream, make it even worse for myself. That's a masochism. Ah, yes. This is a good fun game. I'm looking forward to building rally cars. I haven't done this for a while. I used to have a long-running series of building rally cars, and yeah, we're gonna get started here. I see someone asking in YouTube chat, really, can I ask, will we see Hunt the Survivors and so on? I'm sure we will. I'm sure Hunt the Survivors, Survive the Hunt, Bulldog, all sorts of game modes, tournaments, everything's going to be done on here that can be done on here. No, we will. We will be filming all sorts of stuff as soon as we can, really. There's going to be plenty of Horizon content to come from this one. As I said, just for today, we are going to start with building some rally cars. Drake, thank you very much for the resub. By the way, the 28th month, a broadcast salute to you from chat. Thank you very much. This was totally unexpected. We're going to make the most of Horizon 6 coming out today, of course. I thought the video was a surprise. It was totally not what else I had in mind. This only makes the 28-month free sub worth it. Well, I'm very glad to hear. Now, we are going to start. I will start by showing you the route. I locked something. I did not. A wool alert. Noodle Brain, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, Forza Horizon chat. I'm currently waiting for Horizon 6 to install as we speak. First time I ever have a Horizon game from launch. You picked a good one. So there we go. Now just to remember to drive on the wrong the correct side of the road. Come on, Noodle Brain. To be fair, I've played so many games, mostly set in America, that it's a bit weird playing with this one that drives on the correct side. But there we go. So the event. So I made a couple of these, and I can't seem to delete them at the moment. This is the event that we have got. Slightly tweaked, some slightly better prop placement. Look, I'll be the first one to say, I'm going to say this now, and I'm probably going to say this a bunch of times later on. I'm not the best when it comes to this. Look, I enjoy the... I enjoy building and so on, but I'm not the best. I don't really have the ultimate patience for this. However, I'm quite happy with this route, so I've got to plug my phone into charge because it's just beeping at me. Tell me it's running. It's very upset with me. Anyway, so this is the course. Where is it going to work? I've built this. Peugeot is built to A class. It is built. It is pre-built. This is the car I used to build the course and test the course with. It is on snow tyres. Everything is going to have to be on snow tyres because this course is based in the snow. I figured I'd build a snow rally stage because there's not really one in the game. Snow's not really massively used by the game circuit, so I wanted to build my own. So this is something a little bit different. The cars are specialised for this, or will be built, I guess, specialised for this little section. Each vehicle is going to get 3 runs through this course to try and go as fast as possible. The Peugeot is going to set the benchmark. This is a sensible car. This is the Super 2000 Peugeot 207. Also, chat, do let me know if game audio or my audio is what the balance is like. I haven't streamed from Xbox in ages, so it might be slightly janky. I don't need to use the clutch on this particularly. Got to remember that because it's got a race gearbox. Now, we will possibly use it to change direction if we need to. We've got some very tight hairpins. This course is very much based on the sort of rally super special stage that you would see. I don't know, something went bang in the background of my house, which I think means a cat's knocked something over. Apollo was less happy about that. But there you go. Apollo wants to do his commentary, if you will. So this is designed like sort of rally super special stage, which means it's technical, it's fiddly, you've got hairpins to deal with. We've got this bridge. Now, I couldn't quite I've got the jump a bit wrong through there. That's not helpful. I've got a dog trying to climb on me, which is also unhelpful. We've got lots of very tight hairpins to deal with. This, not a great run. It's fine. This is the sighting run, if you will. Now, this section here is a bit nasty. You need speed here. Slow cars are going to be in massive trouble. The Peugeot can do this jump here, but you are going to need some serious speed. Aim for a tunnel and make sure you get through there. This section here opens up a little bit more to try and slide the car through and around. Don't lose too much time sliding about if you can help it. Again, not quite so great on the exit. We can use the banking there to get the car turned. We've got a sort of hairpin coming up here. Then we go into the really nasty fiddly sections. Very tight chicane, this one. You really got to slow the car down through here. Try and get out the other side. But it is an awkward chicane. Could have changed it, decided not to. Make it a bit of a challenge. This chicane here is a little bit more open. Still technical. We've got a big jump here. Again, I use these kind of added ramps to the bridge. The bridge prop's quite steep. Steeper than I expected it to be at first. This braking zone is horrible because it's hidden behind a crest. Very tight hairpin. I think the tightest hairpin on the course. Next couple of corners are really surprisingly nasty. The road kind of falls away, makes it difficult to get the car turned through here. Final turn is a weird off-camber nasty section. I can do better than that. It's a solid sighting run for this. Now I'm going to write down, because I'm going to forget times if I am not careful here. So we will write down some times to be starting with on this one. So 2:29 is the time to try and beat for this car. In practice, 2:27s are doable, and we have done that. So I think we should be good. We should be okay. You should be able to go faster, pretty much. A couple of hairpins, we were a little bit sluggish. The trick is, like, you're on snow. This is still, a Forza game. You will find time. You don't really find time sliding the cars. You're on snow. You're gonna slide a little bit, but you don't really want the big crazy slides. You kind of want to turn the car just enough to get it through. That's better than having the big slides. The big slides are spectacular. They look impressive. They are not fast whatsoever. As far as cars go, this one here is pretty straightforward to drive. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy challenging about it. It's well behaved. It is what you would expect from a rally car. Now, last time we jumped a little bit awkwardly. That's a bit better on the jump. Still not quite as good as we could do, but it'll do for now. Oh, get turned. Yep. Again, it's another. I've got a couple of these hairpins on really, really tight downhill sections. You've got to brake a lot earlier than you think you do. Use the biggest part of the jump you can find to try and set yourself up to get across. If you are not very quick on the exit of that section, you are going to have problems clearing that jump. It is close. Even for this car, it is seriously close. Can we get? Oh, again, use the little bump on the inside. It will help rotate the car. Now, I was a little sluggish through. Sorry, chat, I can't really look while I'm trying to do this. These things are incredibly challenging. That's too. That is not great. It's too fast on the way in. Couldn't slow it down for the second part of the hairpin. That's much better through there. Go through the gears. We might actually land that a bit nicer, which we do. How bright? Dare you brake on the crest? Yes, but it was a bit of a panic stop on the other side. Not sure this is going to be an improvement from the Peugeot. It'd be a little bit disappointing over a run. Come on, turn through there. It's better in the final corner, though. We're going to run a little bit wide. Oh, that's a... Jesus, Kate, that run was astonishingly quick. Where did that come from? Not gone that quickly before. I mean, I'm glad it's filmed. Right, so that is the new Peugeot's time. Christ. Well, that's quite quick. That's a lot faster than I was expecting. Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to beat that time. I mean, again, it is a good benchmark. Where am I going to find... I mean... Where am I going to find time? A couple of hairpins I was a little bit dodgy on. And we lost time in the chicane. We lost time in that chicane. We ran in too deep into the chicane. I reckon a 2:23 is actually possible with this car. Can I do it in 3 runs? I'm going to go with unlikely. I'm going to go with probably not, because that would make this one have to be quite perfect. But we will give it a shout. We'll give it a damn good try if we can. Right. Behave on the way in through here. We are going to try and get the thing rotated through there. Doesn't like getting turned on that one. Really, really doesn't like getting the change of direction through that section. We are going to try and carry speed. We try and be neat and tidy. Not quite right through there. Still struggling a little bit. Getting it out there. I've got a dog now trying to headbutt me as well. Apollo, go away. Just turned in a fraction to... That is the narrowest... outside of the chicanes is the narrowest section on the course. If I can get this bit here right, that's better. That's much better. That was good. That was the angle you want on the jump. It's a little bit of an over-the-top jump, but still. Right. We are around the hairpin. Possibly a little bit better. It is such a tight hairpin. Those hairpins you kind of need to use a little bit of handbrake on. Not... well, not really a huge amount of choice. That is nice over the jump. Gear ratios aren't perfect on this car. They're perfect for this stage. They're actually quite short in the grand scheme of things, but... oh, come on. Might have overshot a little bit on the way in there, kind of throwing me out for this section. Yeah, the car is about 130 miles an hour, but you don't need any more than that for a large amount of this course. Now, last time we hit the wall in the chicane, we can claw some time back in this run if we can manage to get through here. Oh, if I could have done that without stalling, that would have been helpful. I just needed to tap the clutch on the way through there. Lost a smidge of time. Overdrove the entrance. Come on, Peugeot. Use some speed. Try and land that again. Better on that one. It is a surprisingly big jump. We overshot this hairpin a little bit last time as well. There we go. I think it's about the best I've done that hairpin for the Peugeot. We are around now. Run a little bit wide there is not the end of the world. It's close in terms of time. I don't think it's quite going to be, or it's going to be really, it's going to be really close. I think we did it. 2:24. See where we found a 10th. We lost a little bit of time in some places, and sorry, we're just going to write this down. 207 S2000. That is Super 2000 for those unfamiliar. It was exactly 1/10 quicker for the Peugeot, which is, I mean, it was an improvement. Yeah, it was scruffier in some places, but much better in the chicanes. So, we have got the Peugeot having set a benchmark. We will now move on to the next car. Steve, thank you very much for the super chat saying for science is it possible with a fast Jaguar rally car. We can go have a look. Now, I will try and... oh, I wish I could turn that notification off. I will try and build you know, donators' requests if I can. There are some limitations of what I can do. It will depend on if I can afford the cars. Wait, we want manufacturer, don't we? I don't remember seeing. There are Jaguars in here, but they're all very expensive. I don't remember seeing one that I could afford. I do have. Okay, the one I have, I can't use. There's no XF or XE, at least not at the moment, or not available in the auto show. The only one that I realistically could use would be a D-Type, and that would be half of the money that I currently have, which I am unfortunately not going to be able to do. I have got an XJR7. I will just check I haven't got any other ones. I don't think I do have any other Jags, sadly. No, I just have the XJR17. So, yeah, unfortunately, I am unable currently to build a Jaguar rally car with the D-Type. It's likely to be quick. Noodlebraid, you have donated. Thank you for the donation. Was saying, where is it? We have a small Fiat. We can have a small Fiat. I haven't bought. Have I bought any? No, not yet. We can to the auto show. Well, there is the Abarths there, and you can't buy it. I'm pretty sure the 695 is here, but you can't buy it. So it's gonna be. It's going to be 131. It is a rally car for this one. So, you know, gonna have to make a rally car. Now, for this, because of the surface that we are driving on, that's actually a very expensive car. Probably be very strong, to be fair. These will be converted to all-wheel drive. I will try and use this if they can get to A-Class with their standard engine. Standard engines will be used. However, they are going to have to be made all-wheel drive. To stand a chance to be competitive on the surface that we are driving on with the power we're going to be talking about here, they're going to all be all-wheel drive. It's just going to be the way it works. Now, let's go and have a look. Okay, all-wheel drive doesn't do that. I'm curious about what engines this does get. Ooh, it gets that monster. I'm presuming that's the GR Yaris. I'm guessing that might be the GR Yaris's engine. Can't think of any other i3 turbo that's that powerful. Maybe the AMG, the Merc. But yeah, right. So it's going to be all-wheel drive. The other thing it's going to have, of course, without any question, is snow tyres. Let's go and put the biggest snow tyres we can get on this one. I normally put the track width on them. It does cost normally like a PI point, but sure. Now, do I want a turbo? Yeah, probably. Ooh, do I have a supercharger? Now, I have generally liked putting centrifugal superchargers on cars. It's normally been a good option in Horizon games, though we might struggle a little bit to get this to the power. So if we chuck everything on that I can currently, because the standard engine in this car is, well, from the 80s, is not exactly the most tunable. I think we'll get there. Maybe it's gonna be a full handling build. We are up into A-Class now. That's good. I mean, we could maybe run naturally aspirated. What? Okay, brakes we want. Suspension, we are definitely going to want rally suspension. We want to lift the car up. We need that ride height. We also needed to try and cushion some of the landings. I feel like this is a good shout for the car. Get a roll cage in here. Okay, we can do that. We do still need some PI. Right. Don't tell me, you're going to be a nightmare, aren't you? I think we're going to have to go for a turbo. The first car build. Ooh, maybe we could get... I mean, I like it, but we don't want that. This course doesn't really require aero. Let me guess. Mud flaps? Yes, of course. Well, there are a couple of places I guess it might be slightly useful. I want the lights. Do want the lights. What does that change? Oh, it puts a roof scoop on it. Feels like it looks cool. Can I put a really big turbo on it, or are you going to not get... Okay, right, we are just powerful enough to get to A-Class with the standard engine. We'll have to just drop a little bit. Oh, you're going to be a nightmare, aren't you? Now we now have the fun and games of trying to drop enough bits off of it. Find the right combination of bits knocked off to make it A-Class. Oh, you're going to be so annoying, aren't you, car? No, perfect. Found it. Okay. So, anti-lag Fiat is going to be ready to go. I think that's... I mean, I think it's pretty good. 400 horsepower, £2,000. That's quick. Sorry, what was... have things to read through. Clifford, thank you very much, by the way, for the resubscription for the 5th month of Rollcast. Salute to you. Drake, thank you for bits. Say a message for you. Please translate this. Nope. I'm not going to. Not going to be able to. But thank you for the bits anyway. Harlequin, thank you for the bits. Saying a lovely surprise for the day. Unfortunately, I can't get behind. Unfortunately, any more refinement auto have listened to have got my attention more. I mean, fair enough. I mean, this is the much more relaxed game that you play sat on a sofa. More than needing a sim rig. Different sorts of driving games, but there is something out there for everyone, really. Fox Packs, thank you very much for the resub 10th month. A Roadcast salute to you from chat. Saying, so close to a year. It is indeed. Thank you for so much for the continued support. Are these gears ridiculous? No, okay. Relatively sensible for this car. It should work for the event, which is useful. Now, if you do want to have a go with your event yourself, you are more than welcome to. Is it under here? Oh, wait, if I go under here, here you go. There's the share code for it. You can have a go with this yourself. It is a fun. If you're watching it now, you might not be able to. If you're watching this stream back in the future, you can have a try on this rally stage. It's a fun route, an interesting challenge to try and build cars for, as it is something very different and something that a lot of the game doesn't really. It's not really focused on these sort of snow rallies, but if you want to try it yourself, if you want to build cars yourself for it, by all means. Right, 131 Abath. Let's go. Let's see what you can do. Also, Drake, thank you for the bits. Saying woof woof, hello Apollo. Yes, he's being annoying. He is immediately on the sort of being annoying stage. He doesn't know what to do, because when I stream on my Xbox, I stream from a different angle, because the Xbox goes to a different monitor than normal, so I have to sit slightly differently, and he's very confused. Because I don't think... That was the last time I streamed from the Xbox. Yeah, I don't actually know what... It'll be GTA at some point. It was a while ago now. Right. Little Abath, let's see what you can do. You will be probably a tiny bit later than the Peugeot. Do you have the composure of the Peugeot? Handling-wise, so far, feels pretty similar. We will blast up the hill. Yeah, handling-wise, actually, it doesn't feel that dissimilar. It does feel like it wants to swap ends a little quicker. Could be used to my advantage through a twisty section. Try and get it to rotate. Maybe it feels like it's a little bit more grip. Normally, when I've done these kind of challenges where we've had a benchmark car, the modified stuff is almost always faster unless it's really silly. Did not want to get stopped for that. Well, we've gone sideways down a bridge. That works. I don't know why it always comes up with a rewind thing there. I might ended up messing up a driver like this. This is a very specific route designed for time trial. Maybe when it was trying to make a racing line through some places. Oh, understeer through there. Well, you're about to see what happens when it goes wrong. Over the jump. Yep. It's... Okay, doesn't have as much grip as the Peugeot. On the acceleration there. Yeah. You need to get a good run. We have the first fallen over car on Horizon 6. Captured. captured on video, if you will. It was going to happen. I was going to say eventually. It's going to happen quite quickly. I'm not surprised the jump has claimed a victim. If you get it wrong, yeah, you are punished in that section. In theory, though, the Abarth could be quite good through here. I reckon it's better than the Peugeot through that section. And it might be through here as well. We've just got to... Yeah, low speed agility, pretty good. I'm going to probably want third on the landing, a little bit wide through there. What is the braking like? Down here, interesting. Yeah, it's about the same. Braking performance-wise is about what we were seeing from the Peugeot. Fiat, behave yourself now. We are almost turning too soon. Right. Right. 236. We can do faster than that. We can do faster. Definitely. We can do faster than that. We had a big crash. I think that Peugeot is going to be tough to beat. There is some... The Abarth has got some advantages. But it's got a bit too much understeer going on for it to be really... for it to be really, I say, happy. For me to be happy with it, I guess. And it's not just that, like, I don't mind the way it drives, but it's carrying corner speed that is a problem in places. Nevertheless, we shall have a go with it. Right, we will go for a little bit more controlled and composed through here. Yeah, okay, maybe need a little bit of handbrake through that one. I tried to get away with a little bit of handbrake on the Abarth, and it didn't want to go. Right, that's not too bad through there, though, as long as I don't hit the inside wall. I can take out that railing. That railing is absolutely fine. We can get rid of that. I'm not going to worry about it. That can get out of the way. It wasn't great. We struggled with understeer in those first hairpins, but it has been... Oh, I think I locked it. It locked the brakes up trying to get down there. Again, there's a wheelie. Do we get bonus points for wheeling? Get some time off on the run for having done a cool wheelie. I don't think so, but, you know, it was a cool wheelie now. Can we, this time, if we don't slide wide and hit the wall, what aim for the... Okay, yeah, we clear. We're definitely faster than the 207. We didn't even go for the large part of the jump. We were clear across there. That's good. Now, aim through here. Aim for the dip. Try and... Oh, I'm going to miss that checkpoint. I'm going to tell you what. Guaranteed I'm missing that checkpoint some point today. That was also alarmingly close to the wall. As you can tell, I do... Oh, no, I've done exactly the same thing I do with the Peugeot on its, like, second run. I was always a fan of the autocross style, you know, precision driving events. I'm not going to say I'm the best at them, but I've always enjoyed them and generally not bad. However, yeah, we overshot the first chicane a bit. Now, I reckon brake before the crest. The Fiat is actually wanting to get airtime over there. It has got more acceleration. The standard engine in this car, more than capable. I honestly don't feel like I'm down on power. I just feel like I'm down on front end grip. It's just not quite enough. That being said, no, grip, find some traction, you bugger. It was close. It was close. So, currently, 225.045. Oh, I put down 325. That's not correct. Right, we have Fiat 131 here. God, can I find 0.3 of a second? Probably. But I gotta do it without making no mistakes. No mistakes on this one. We overshot the chicane. I know where I can find time. We overran a couple of hairpins. We definitely overshot the chicane. Nothing like... We're 2 cars into this. We're 2 cars into this. And it's already... We've already got to the high-pressure, nerve-wracking run to do. Right, let us not disappoint Noodle Brain here. Who did request said a bath. It's not a great start, although it's quite a wide turning point, although we will get on the power. Now, I'm going to try. Yeah, either you understeer through there, or if you... There is a tiny fine line. That time it was too much sliding. You either understeer on the way in there and really struggle to get the power down, and you do what I did there, where you're wasting time going backwards rather than, well, going forwards. So, it's more dramatic and more fun sliding the car about, but I don't think we really made any time in that section. Now, last time we also had a big problem on the bridge. I don't think the Fiat's brakes, they're amazing. Right, chuck it over the bridge. There is a sneaky line there that I didn't envision particularly being of massive use, but we have been utilising it here. Right, we know the car's going to understeer if we aren't careful. Get on the power. A bath, it jumps lovely over there. No issues whatsoever. Clearing the ramp, even if I do have to be a little cautious trying to get the power down. With the understeer. We'll just kind of glide it through here. I don't know. I'm struggling to tell what's quick and what's not on this stage at the moment. That section, we didn't miss the checkpoint, so that's good. We will barrel up towards the next hairpin. Now, chicanes. We were overshot it last time. Better this time. It's very, very slow mid-corner, that one. There's nothing you can do. Like, it is just going to be slow mid-corner. Slow through here as well. Get on the power as soon as we can. Twist the car in the air slightly. Try and set it up for an exit. I think this is going to be close to being good enough. Alright, round the hairpin. We'll make it work this time. Don't run too wide through here if you can help it. Don't really want to be in the thick snow. It looks close in terms of time-wise. Fiat, have enough traction. Come on! Oh, I think we did it. I think we did it. 2:24.0. It has gone to the top. To 24.094. We essentially found a second. We needed 3/10. We found a second. The 131 goes to the top of the table. It was better. Okay, I think that was actually a bit more tight. We were a little bit sloppy through the opening sort of switchback hairpins, but as I said before, it's going to be you're either going to be sliding or you're going to kind of be understeering with this car. We were trying to get the balance, and yeah, it was not quite perfect. But yeah, we will see. Gadrius, thank you for this. I thought I heard a train in the distance. Either way, Apollo and Dacon need treats. Do you need treats? If you behave, maybe we'll give some treats. To be fair, Apollo gets plenty of treats. So yeah. Swig, thank you very much for the nation. Saying Tiny K car next. You kind of have to, right? I mean, you're not wrong. Tiny K car is likely. Let's go back. Let's go to the auto show. Is likely to go one of two ways. It will either be unbeatable or it'll be uncontrollable. I don't think there's really very much in between. Now, let's go performance class. Probably the easy way to find what we want. Now, for tiny K cars, we have... that's not a K car, it's just an S cargo. We have the Acti, the diesel wheel drive to start with. That could be a fun shout. We do have the Time Attack Mitsubishi, which I'm not going to use for this, or it will appear in plenty of videos, don't worry. we have got the City. Actually, the City's not. I thought that was a K car. It is not, which is a shame. We have got a Beat. We have an Autozam as well. Here's the Autozam. There is. That's not a K car. So it is really between the Acti. So I was hoping there'd be a few more, but it's mostly between the Acti, the Autozam. Oh, there's the Vivero. That would be very fast, actually. Well, you didn't specify what K car, so I'm going to build that. The Subaru? It is. For those interested in the S-Cargo, allow me to show you something. Because there is a Forza Edition S-Cargo, which is... Look at this thing! It has a turbo for an eye. Can I? Oh, here we go. Free camera. It's absolutely bonkers. Yeah. It's basically a go-kart, this thing. It is a single seat. I love the... I do absolutely love the... like I say, attention to detail. The over-the-top Forza Edition cars, this thing in particular. Can I not... I don't think I can open the bonnet, sadly. But yeah. I love the turbo for an eye. It's great. Like, the most boring of Forza Editions on here are still pretty good, but there are some really fun ones. But also, LTC Majak was saying, Vivo, I don't know. Please, I think, did I build the Vivo? Was I going to use it for something? Or did I just buy one? I might have built it. Where is my Subaru gone? No, not that manufacturer. I'll eventually remember using all the menus again. It's been a while. Did I start working on it? No? Okay, no, I'm just blind. Right. I'm going to presume this is going to get the flat 4 turbo rally engine. The Subaru Impreza rally car engine, I would expect to go in here. We won't be able to use the standard engine to get... It's only a tiny engine, so I will be... Ooh. Okay, we got by... Do you really not get... You really don't get an Impreza engine of any description? I'm kind of sad about that. That's kind of a shame. I feel like you should have done. I feel like a missed opportunity. I guess maybe it doesn't fit in the engine bay. But there we go. So it's already all-wheel drive. We don't need to do that. We can put it on snow tyres, which I will do. Here, what size tyres do you get? 185s. That's going to be the big drawback. Now, being an A-class car, it's probably not, like, having tiny tyres, probably not the biggest problem because it will be very light. So, yeah, that'll be all right. Do we get... Oh, look at that. It's got a little canards going on. You will be the sportiest Vivo or whatever you are. Vivio, someone said in chat. Vivio? Swag saying maybe. I don't know. Get some aero on you, and it'll help. I promise. Now, other things I want: brakes, please. Suspension, please. Probably that, because I don't think the chassis was built for how much power I'm going to shove in it. Some anti-roll bars, and I don't think we need to do weight reduction. I think the next thing we need is power. Now, can I put... Oh, I'm really tempted. The downside is the engine's quite heavy. The bike engines are... Well, like the bike engines... I guess that's a Civic engine of some sort. Bike engines have no torque, or less torque in comparison. That thing's a monster of an engine. I gotta do it. I don't think this is the most sensible way to build it. I'm kind of curious where that V6 has come from. Racing V6. What would that have been from? Oh, wonderful wise folks of chat. Where is that from? 360 horsepower. It's not that much. What would be a racing V6 with that? I don't know. I can't. Spectating it's the Toyota Baja truck. Really, is that feels like far too little power for a Baja truck. It's certainly too little torque. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. That's an odd one. What size is it? Displacement 3. Maybe it's a 350Z? A racing 350Z? Oh, Owen Johnson saying the Lotus. Could it be a Lotus race car? Maybe. Now, Forza Horizon saying the old Baja truck. That seems way down on power and torque for a Baja truck, but I guess maybe it is. Maybe that's where it comes from. Now, we're not going to be able to put a turbo on it as much as I would like to. I actually think I've got to put a diff in the Abarth. We can do that. I'm not worried. Am I worried about gearbox? I feel like I almost want this. Oh, that just 10 PI. It will have got a different gearbox. With 160 is fine. The top speed, so we're not going to be running out of top speed. Let me guess, you're not going to be able to do small increments of upgrade power. It's going to be either a lot or not enough. I can already sense we're going down the route of too much or not enough. Yeah, okay, so 386 if I do that one. 380, one more horsepower for that bit. That one was too much. That one, 383, right. And this one here, it was 387. Cool. We can probably wrangle the rest out of this. Yeah, there's no real advantage to using any of these, although they just make the gear ratios worse. I'm just going to leave it with the standard. I mean, it's a standard gearbox. It's a standard gearbox that came with a Baja truck engine, so it should deal with it. But there we go. Right. This is one of these builds where this could be a monster. It could be an absolute monster of a car. This could set a truly ridiculous time. Or it could be utterly uncontrollable. Steve, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying disappointed you can't do a Jag. Me too. I do miss. And they may well make an appearance at some point. But there we go. You know, for now we can't do. There's no like XEs and normal Jag road cars. But what about a Golf GTI? I can do a Golf GTI. That'll come up next. How good are the donuts? Pretty good. Pretty good. Right. To my events. Place your bets, wonderful folks of chat. Bit of fire, thank you for the bit saying betting these bits on a roll in this one. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I feel like we're having a big crash on the jump the first time, because if I try and boot it, I think we're gonna have issues with that. We're gonna have big understeer issues with this car. The saving grace for it is going to be that it can hopefully get away with great acceleration, being so light. It's got almost as much power as the Abarth, so I'm going to have to remember to use the clutch in this one as well, because you don't want to use 10 PI for the gearbox, so my penalty is I've got to remember to use clutch as we go through the gears. Oh, it feels better sized for this section. Does it? The back end occasionally wants to overtake the front end, but that's okay. Now, use the speed, panic and jump on the brakes because we're suddenly going quite quick. Can I do the... Oh. Do you have the speed to do the kind of accident? Didn't really intend for that to be a route, but it is the way to do it. around, and it's the first one to hit the railing there. It might not be nice through this corner, but it should be very quick accelerating. Oh, yeah, lovely. Nicely over the jump. I was slightly worried when I built this route that some cars were going to struggle. I stuck with it because it's cool. I just like that section. But yeah, you definitely need to get it right before approaching. It does feel like it's struggling a little bit for grip at times like that. It's okay. We can go over there. It's the sighting run, right? It should be excellent. I love how the wings got snowy and the rest of the car hasn't, but never mind. Right, fire it through that section. Maybe the race gear, I don't know. The gears aren't quite right. Maybe the race gearbox would have been a good use of 10 PI points. Oh, it's very good there. Oh, that's interesting. That's climbed the ramp the best and landed the best. So this thing's actually quite good on the landing of the jumps. Oh, I've stalled. Right, I didn't give it enough of a boot through there. That's on me. I mean, we lost some time there. I'm not sure this... I don't know. I'm not sure this is quite in the running. I'm not sure it's quite got the pace for this. We will see. I will do my best. Right, let me just write down this in case we don't go any faster, but I expect we will. 2:32. So we are 8 seconds away from where we want to be. Raptor sake, I'm not saying fast or slow, I'm saying entertaining. That is entertaining and mildly terrifying for the driver is probably the way to sum up this Subaru. It is, yeah. You're never quite sure what it's going to do. Some of this, but yeah, I don't think it's got. I just don't think it's got the tyre size for this. I think it's just losing too much time. It can't make it up under acceleration. I will definitely say the gearbox isn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but I don't think that's hindering me anywhere near as much as these tyres. The stalling's a little bit unfortunate, but that I can largely counteract if I'm paying attention. The second gear almost clipped the ski lift place. That's nicely done through there. Now we were good over the jump. One thing it did seem to do quite nicely, didn't want to stop going down there. Right, launch it. It lands better than some of the other cars I've seen. We'll brush the wall, considering considering the landing we just took. Brushing the wall probably the least of our concerns. It's a little wide. Now, I think I was a touch slow through here. Last time I was a little cautious. Okay, that's what happens if I'm a little not cautious. Please make it. It's fine. That one was a bit... That was the brown trouser moment. The brown pants moment went on there. I thought we were going over. Didn't think we were making that one. Having, got understeer. Really didn't think about it when I built the course particularly. But where you choose to get on the power towards that jump is so important, because it's such a tiny amount too soon and you are understeering and it's game over. Into the chicane. It really stalls quite easily down in first. It doesn't... Probably, I maybe don't want to go into first if I can avoid it. Doesn't seem to like first gear all that much. Definitely time made up there. That is very impressive. Now, don't hit the wall down here. Ultimate clean racing. Well, we've not hit too many walls, have we? I feel is probably the best way to sum it up. Oh, didn't mean just for that much sideways through there. We lost some time sliding through that bit. We've lost a bit more. It's a 230. It is a 230.0. So it is a 230.050. A couple of big slides cost me time, but I honestly think it only cost me at most maybe 2-3 seconds. We are further off than I expected with that car, and it's not. I wondered whether it'd be undrivable. It's not. It's not completely undrivable. It's just not quick enough. Interesting. I don't know how to make up 6 seconds going into this. Although admittedly I did that with the Peugeot without sort of realising it. I think we got to minimise sliding, which I appreciate on a snow stage is difficult and sounds a bit wacky, but I've also got to do better with my downshifts, which are not always. I've got to minimise sliding as I chuck it, although that, because the front end doesn't want to turn, so if I can do that and get it to rotate, that will help. I think maybe with these tyres I can't turn normally, so I'm having to compensate it by... low speed agility is great, it's just once we start getting faster it can't do it. Now, through here we go. I think it's a better first section. I think it's the best we've done the first section. While we did get big oversteer at the hairpin, we did at least not drift miles wide. We overshot here last time. Right, around that one. That's how we want to do it. Oh, it's all-wheel drive, but it's not got that traction in the snow. Even with the all-wheel drive, it's not quite putting its power down. Yes, Apollo, I know a cat jumped off something above us. I heard it too. I'm not grumbling. There was that will get a thump. I think zoomies are occurring in this house, and Apollo is grumpy. He can't take part in it. That's gone. Well, we'll save it with a janky line. Too much again. It's too much speed and not enough grip going on in this. Right. Can we get into the chicane? Well, I think that was better than we have seen from the car. Right, power on the exit. Slowly does it. That was great. It's really good on this jump. That's one thing it has done better than anything so far. And I guess one thing it can make up some time on. That hairpin was neat as well. Like a little bit of handbrake at just the right time to get it going. Again, tried the same trick on that corner. It didn't quite work. We'll have to try it again here because it doesn't want to turn in. It's better. Yeah. That is about the time we were looking for. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. I think that one. It is a 2:26.947. There we go. So it is third place. Third place for the Subaru here. It's not too shabby. Leopard, I didn't roll it. Astonishingly. Astonishingly didn't roll. It wasn't as wild. It wasn't as wild as I expected it to be. It was just didn't really turn in well enough, I think, is what it would be. I've seen a couple of people asking in chat. This is the preview build. No, this is the full game that that I'm playing. That you will be able to be playing soon or now or whenever. This is the game. Right, we've had a almost like it's unhappy. My Subaru's unhappy. Well, we have rolled it in an unconventional way. I wasn't expecting that one. So yeah, there we go. Right, yes, fast travel to the site.
Welcome back, Alex.
Right. Let's go. So, Steve asked for a Golf, which we can... Do I do that? Do I have one? I have... Well, I do have the best of the Golf GTIs. I don't know which generation you meant, but I'm going to use this generation because it's, you know, the best of them. I won that in a wheel spin. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. I think I won that. I think all of these I won in a wheel spin. So, a Golf GTI. It is going to have to get a driveline conversion, which doesn't always make them handle the best. I need an engine swap. Ooh. Well, that's going to help it. That's going to help it a lot, yes. Now, this may end up being down on power. But it's going to have big tyres to counteract that. That is 275s going on here. That is like 100 mil bigger than the tyres that went on the Subaru. So this, yeah, is looking promising. Now, the downside, of course, for it is that it will now not have as much power because the PI system, you know, is going to counteract that level of grip by punishing us with less power. Do I want... I think I do. On the old cars, I definitely want those. Do you want to make it as light as possible for this stage? Probably. I mean, generally, you want lightness. Do we go... Do I try a centrifugal? These have normally been good in the past. Centrifugals are normally, or often the way I go if I can. Will we be able to get the power to get this to A class is a bigger question. Because if we can't, it will get an engine swap. I don't think it can. I don't think I'm actually very surprised by that. With the size of tyres on this car, full weight reduction and everything, this standard engine not getting A class. Am I missing something? Unless like the gearbox is weird. Is the gearbox doing something weird to this car? Nope. Okay, standard engine is garbage. Or it's just not powerful enough. Or it's not powerful enough with a centrifugal. I guess you could use... Oh, I'd forgot to swap all-wheel drive. Oh, that would explain it. I guess say... still quite down on power. If we chuck that in and then put anti-lag turbo on it, it's still that's still struggling. Okay, let's see what other options we've got then. 2.8 litre V6. That's pretty much the VR6 from the Golf. Civic engine. Ooh. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily the best engine. Probably the Civic engine would be technically the one to go for, but I can put an i5 in it. So I'm going to on this one. Yes, I think we want a 5-cylinder Golf. Is that the Golf? Did the Golf R's use a 5-cylinder, or did the Golf R's... No, I don't actually remember. I presume that's the Audi engine? Because the Golf R, isn't it just an RS3 with a different body on it? But I'm going to say I might be wrong on that one. I think the Golfs are always 4 cylinders. Could be wrong. But yeah, let's go with the 5-cylinder. And why is top speed so low? Oh, I might need a gearbox. 117 is not good enough. Oh, it's adjustable though. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we've come with an adjustable gearbox. And we will... do I want that? Not that fast. Right, shove power in it. Intake, maybe exhaust. I like doing exhaust because it chucks some weight out of the car. I doubt these are going to go 1 PI. They do not. Continue working. We'll just put a driveline on for this one. Swag saying the Golf was available with a NA i5 in America. The base model of the turbo is RS3 TTRS. Okay, fair enough. That seems odd. Have NAI fire, who knows? Does seem like an odd one, but I guess that's just how it was done. So let's say, can I get a Monterio as a compensation? Or the biggest Audi, perhaps would be funny. You can get the Monterio. That can run next. We can give that a try. Swag things a bit saying to us. I think the Vivio was mildly scuppered in handling by the V6 weight, but still, I mean, it was a bit heavier. I don't know if it's that heavy though, and heavy enough to really ruin it. Because only a couple of £100 heavier than the other engines. Although I guess it is a very light car. That's the reason why I did so well on the jumps. Is like because the overhangs are so short. Yeah, true. And maybe a little bit of ride height is useful on that. Whereas this. Most of the other cars, probably not. I mean, this thing here, you can see, got decent size overhangs. Right, gearing. Why are you doing 117? That's just weird. That's a bit better. Now we don't need this top speed. It's just weird that it's only going to there. I don't necessarily mind having longer gears on this one. It does have a race gearbox, so I don't have to worry about the clutch, which is useful. makes my life easier, much easier. Right, let's go. Try again. 428 horsepower. It's heavier than the Subaru, but that's still power to weight ratio on that's still good. Now I will say, the Mark II Golf is normally very, very good in Horizon games. Especially with a body kit, you can get big tyres on it. This thing is normally rapid. I would be surprised if this doesn't go to the top of the table. I would be very surprised if this doesn't go to the top of the table. However, although that's very nice to drive. That has just turned through a hairpin with no drama. Yeah. This has actually got some proper turn-in. Whoa! In fact, it can get changed direction quite viciously if it wants to. Right, past the cable car station, we will try and swing it through this section if we can. Maybe we should slow down a little bit more as we bolt towards the jump now. How good will you be? Up here. Solid. Not the greatest jump I've ever seen from a car, but yeah, not bad. That was overshot on the brakes. It's fine. Little wide. Come on, accelerate for this, and we clear it. It's a little close, honestly. If you could get a have a little camera on the front of the on that jump, little GoPros embedded in the jump. That would be cool to see that view, because the cars are so close to clipping it on a good run. Nothing's really clearing it by miles. The jump's just not big enough for it. Now chicane. Oh, look at that. Not even having to worry about grabbing the clutch. It turns, or handbrake or anything like that. It just does everything you ask of it. It's not quite as good there. That's, I guess, to be expected. Now we'll just grab the handbrake for that hairpin. That hairpin is super tight. Yeah, I think the handbrake for the two really tight hairpins is probably needed. Just looking at the time, this thing is a monster already. I knew it would be quick. I mean, that is so quick. 2:21.358. The Golf, unsurprisingly, is to the top of the table. It's a good first run. It was a good first run. There's a couple of places where it could have been a little bit neater. I mean, do we reckon sub 220s are possible here. With the Golf, I don't know. I don't know if I lost to second and a half. Probably, I could probably get this. Whether I can do it in three runs is another question. I think this could go sub. But yeah, if not the Golf, who knows what else might. Oh, right, okay, we overshot a tiny bit there. We can kind of recover the overshoots if you manage it. Yeah, the thing I love with this is if we do a little too much oversteer on the exit, because it is so composed, if you do need the little grabs of the handbrake to kind of help it rotate, it doesn't get too carried away with oversteer. You can still mess it up as I did a slight bit, but on the most part you can get away with just helping the back turn a little bit with a grab of the handbrake without having to deal with monstrous slides. Now, try and get these these really, I didn't necessarily intend for them to be such. Well, that didn't turn enough in the air, or I didn't turn enough for takeoff. Didn't intend for these braking zones to all be horrible downhill ones. Didn't realise that when you build the course, don't necessarily realise just quite how steep some of it is, and yeah, I have misjudged slightly with some of these. They are just super downhill. This does not feel like as good a run as the first one. I think we've overdriven it in places, trying to make up time, which does happen as you try and gain time on what was a good run. I am now pushing harder, taking some gambles with the Golf. This is when it goes faster, despite the fact it feels like a terrible run. We were very good into this bit last time. Well, even there where I've ran in a tiny bit too, well, what felt like a tiny bit too fast, it still has the grip. It still is happy to get itself turned. Do I want third gear on the landing? Yeah, I don't think second would work there. On the brakes just before the crest. Alright, get around the hairpin. I kind of had a couple of stabs at that one. Oh, I turned it a bit too soon through there. Well, not terrible on the exit. About the same time, missed the braking zone for the final corner. It's a run across the line. Did that go quicker? Maybe by a tenth. 221, 141. We have gone a little bit quicker. 141. Okay, it felt scruffier, but I guess it was quicker in some places. Can we go quicker? Can I improve? No silly mistakes. I mean, the good news is I've got 2 good runs in the bag, which is always helpful. We can send it on this one. Well, I have to say that. I don't want to crash on one of these runs. Let's do what we can. Okay, it is nicely slowed for the hairpin. Less dramatics for this. Maybe I should. I feel like I maybe should have grabbed the handbrake a tiny bit on that one because it was a bit slow. Can't believe on a time trial series I'm actually having to contemplate: do we grab the handbrake or not in places? Because you know, not normally how I drive, but with this style of course, it is almost inevitable. At least for 2 of the really tight hairpins, you're going to have to. I think this is where we could definitely make up time. Oh. Well, I wouldn't want to do that one again. I think we have made up a bit of time doing that jump, but that jump felt real dicey. I did not get the speed going up the ramp that I needed for like a normal line. There's maybe a little bit of a shortcut on the course, but an uncomfortable risk, that, I think. Elsewhere, though, it has felt pretty good. Really, it would be nice to set up split times to have a rough idea whether I'm doing better in sections or not. Again, I love that little that little corner there, the little hole in the, I guess, like ski, snowboard course, whatever, that just helps turn the car through there. Oh, first gear. Very slow section. That has been done nicely. It's wanting to slide a tiny bit, which we are not wanting. Again, we'll punch out the other side. Maybe lost a little bit more on the landing of that one than we have seen. Volkswagen. Please slow down. Oh no, it stalled. It didn't want to get out of that corner. Oh no. Has that cost us? There was one momentary little stall. Come on, accelerate. It is gonna be a sub. 220, we did it. Oh, I was gonna be gutted if that tiny stall had cost us. But in the end it doesn't. 219.814. We have a new leader. So, the leaderboard, for those currently interested, I can't, sadly, there's no way to have it on here. We have Mark II Golf at a 219, the Fiat 131 at a 224.094, a Peugeot, the Super 2000 207 is a 224.728, so just 7/10 down on the Fiat, and then we have the Subaru Vivio, or however it is pronounced, a 226.9. The Subaru struggled with understeer. The Golf was just good. The Golf was just a very, very good car. There is... Oh, we got a wheel spin. Yes, let's go and do a wheel spin. Let's see what we can get from here. It is Megane. I mean, I like the Megane. I don't know if I've got one. I presume not. I don't know if the wheel spin tells you if you've got one. Yeah, I like the Megane RS. Not the most exciting car we could have won. I'd like to see one Corvette. That would have been cool. But, alas, we did not. To the auto show. I had someone in YouTube chat saying, will you be making videos on this game with your friends? Yes, of course, absolutely. We will. There will be plenty. There will be plenty of videos on this game as the weeks go on. We will be filming, I'm sure, in no time. So yeah, we are looking forward. We are looking forward to filming on this one. It should be. I say it should be very good fun. Now, we have got two Montarios to choose from. We have the Exceed, or we have the cool one. Well, we would call these a Pajero. I guess Montario is what they were called in America. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess that's the difference. Because yeah, I would call those both the Pajero. But I mean that one is probably more sensible of the two options. We can get, well, we probably won't have the 2.8 diesel because it's not going to get the power to do what we want to do. Now this is a very different beast than that we are going to work with. Right, first things first. Let's put snow tyres. The plus point, we're going to have big tyres. Okay, 285s. They're not that much bigger than the Golfs, and this weighs about twice. It does weigh twice. Does it not get to 100? No. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. There's a lot of SUV to pull around. To be fair to it, you have any cool aero parts? You don't get adjustable aero. Well, that's not looking great for you. Which is latest is pretty much okay. No lights. Do you get a rear wing? You do. You do get a rear wing. We need that downforce. That drops a ton of PI off. I mean, I guess it's dropped 7 miles an hour off, which for this being so slow is a lot. Oh, I think you just drive with just no wheel, just a hole at the back. Yes, we're doing that. Oh, and I want to snorkel. Well, this is not the sensible build. No, this is never going to really challenge at the top, is it now? I mean, sometimes the diesels get crazy big turbos, and this thing does get a crazy big turbo. Oh, his engine's never going to do anything. I say that though, we will. Let's go and chuck. Well, funnily enough, all the handling parts on. We can. I mean, this is going to struggle to fit in the chicanes. The chicanes were built for a Super 2000 rally car. We are going to want to make this as light as possible. And unless any of these parts have crazy power outside the turbo, we are... It's not even going to get into A-class at this rate. Right, okay. Let's see what wacky engine we can show. There might be. There were diesel racing engines before. I mean, keeping it in... Yeah, so we've got 6.7 litre V8 diesel, which I think comes from the Raptor, one of the Fords. There are some crazy engines in here. Racing 3 litre i6 turbo, racing 7.2 litre. You could shove in it. Of course, 6.2 V8, the old Camaro engine, whichever LS one it is always a good engine option. Just about in every Forza game. Turbo Rally is a curious one. Just not going to have the torque. So I'm saying the Nissan Titan. Oh, is it the Nissan Titan engine? Okay. Either way, we're going for a big diesel. Feels fitting. Can I get a big turbo? Yes. I want 1,700 torque. I want 1,700 torque. Holy crap. This is... so what's going to happen is we're not going to move forward. The Earth is going to move backwards behind us as we go. 800 horsepower. 1,700 torque. It weighs 4,000 pounds. It is not suitable for what I'm about to ask it to do. Might put that in, because it does need a gearbox shift. I can change final drive ratios, I only need that gearbox. That's good. This is going to be a dangerous one. That is a mean-sounding diesel. I mean, it has got a lot of power. I mean, look, part of the fun of this series is we do drive very silly cars down here, and yeah, this makes sense. Tyno and Shadow Tyno. I'm glad that this game seems to be really good. Wonder if this game has Horizon Forza River Run style tournament as a possibility. I've had a little bit of a look. It is not out of the question. It's not out of the question. I will have to have a little bit of a play around, although it is possible that we could even build something using... I don't quite know how the custom content works with multiplayer and all of that yet. But, yeah, there is a chance. There is a chance. It looks so weird without a wheel on the back, which is why I have kept it. I'm really surprised it lets you do that. I'm surprised it lets you do that and leaves the space for... I guess like the whole boot is designed to have a wheel there. There probably isn't a boot that doesn't have a hole for the wheel to go in. Right. I thought the little Subaru was going to be the most terrifying of things. Now I'm starting to think this might be more terrifying. I will need to use the clutch. It shouldn't stall. It shouldn't stall, at least. It should probably be able to start in 6th if it needed to. Right, place your bets, audience, with what the finishing time for this after the 3 runs is going to be. I reckon. I reckon 2:32. because it's gonna be a monster in a straight line, maybe. So it can maybe make some time up somewhere. But I'm gonna have to remember. Oh, I didn't change the gear ratios. We'll see if it has a problem or not first. I did mean to do that. Okay, turns in a lot better than I expected. Got that one there wrong, but it's fine. That has more initial turn-in than I thought it was going to have, which is good. Now, oh, slot through here. Yeah, that doesn't turn in as bad, but it does feel big and heavy. But that could have been way worse. I think where it's going to struggle most, braking down there, is interesting. Oh. Oh. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Couldn't do it again if I tried. We did like an aerial drift in a massive SUV. Oh, we've got a bit wide, but it's fine because we can use that. Clears that quite nicely. Chuck it into the tunnel as we do. Now, again, this is twice the weight of the Golf, and I gotta say, it's handling better than I thought. Brakes are where I'm noticing it most. Chucking it through here, I guess because we're not on a tarmac surface and everything, this is everything's kind of moving about a bit more. This is where it might struggle. Oh, I messed that one up more than the vehicle. I think it could have got changed direction. I just went in a little too fast. Stopped sliding it about, as fun as it is. Just turned in too much there. Are we okay up here? Yeah, unsurprisingly, the big SUV has the ground clearance to not really worry too much about the jumps. Oh, it did sort of stall, which surprises me. I thought we would be okay to just go with that torque. Well, we are already, I think, going to exceed my and most people's expectations. Okay. That surprising. Montero is a 2. There's more in that. 28.749. Could challenge the Subaru. We've got Mitsubishi versus Subaru in a very unusual way. Just writing this one in. Who would have thought we'd have the Montero versus a Vivio, or however it is pronounced? Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be a rival for this. Pause. I think the Golf's time was a 2:19.806, which, yeah, we're not beating that. We're not beating that. Asylum saying it's a 2:25. Maybe. That would need to be a good run, but I'm definitely not going to say that's impossible with this one. Now, try and get turned through there as neatly as we can. Oh, that's a bit too ragged through there. Hopefully it'll find some traction. Try and head up the hill. Yeah, I tried something and it didn't quite... It worked for getting through the corner. I'm just not sure it got me through the corner as quick as I might have wanted it to. Don't like this section. This section feels very narrow in the truck. Unsurprising, really. Now, brake early for this. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do what we did last time. Oh. Or maybe we can, in a different way. Right, we are going to have to grab the handbrake and get it around there. It will find some traction. Yeah, so it turns out it's just quite good at doing the old sideways in the air. Oh, that's been slow getting on the power. Will you make the jump? Oof. Oh, that got very close. That got very close to losing a rear bumper. Little bit difficult to see your line through there at times. Missed the apex of that one, unfortunately. Now, I am definitely losing time here. That is where it feels heaviest. Through that little change direction. Just doesn't quite have the agility of some of the other cars. Not surprising, of course not, for this one. Right, slow. Better through the chicane, is now immediately celebrated by going alarmingly sideways into the next chicane. Nice jump, nice landing. Right, get the hairpin right, don't stall it. Again. Just barreled through there. Yeah, the course is so narrow for a car of this size. Don't know if there is a good way through that section. Come on, Ontario. Could you throw a real spanner away? If you built a Super 2000 car, it'd be hilarious. You're not quite going to do it. Oh, I didn't want to get the power down. Not quite. It's got closer though. 227.164. We are like 2/10 away. 2/10 away from the Subaru. Thing is, okay, can I do it? Is the car capable of doing that? Yes. Can I? I don't know. We need to be perfect. Where can I make some time up? I mean, less sliding around is always good. Less sliding is probably going to be helpful here. Which is difficult to do when you've got a very big... considering it is pretty extreme, pretty silly vehicle. Again, it doesn't drive too badly. That was a good... That sort of good use of the handbrake. It got the back end turning without wasting too much time sliding around. We don't really need to do it there. You can kind of just use the momentum to get the back end turning. Second gear should power through here. This is a little too much power has gone down. Again, I'm trying to do that little just tap the handbrake to move the back end, but not enough to slide it, which sort of worked. Right here, chuck it sideways. Oh, too much. Too heavy. I couldn't keep doing it perfectly each time there. Right, use the hill. Help get it round there. Oh, it struggles up the hill. Struggles out the other side, of course. Again, I think we actually... Oh, no, stop. Not quite got the grip there either. We astonishingly haven't had more issues with that jump. I don't know. There are bits of this run that have been... Again, this is another one. Bits have been better, but the bridge jump has cost us some time. This section here is about as good as it always has been. Or, I'm not going to say good, because I think that's where we lose a big chunk of time. Don't wander too wide through here. We've got to pull ourselves back across into the chicane. We go. Neatly does it. Sliding about. It was very neatly done. I'm not sure how quickly done. Right, second gear. We probably don't even really need second or third. Probably doesn't really matter. We've got the power and the torque to make it work. Round the hairpin we go. Immediately back on the brakes down here. Going to run a little bit wide again. Oh, it's close, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Nah, now it's not. I don't know if we were going to do it anyway. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think we would have done. I think we would have done. It is actually a fraction quicker. 4.7. Two little errors. Two little errors on that one. Slightly miscued the jump, and then yeah, final corner we turned in a fraction too soon. But those are the rules. We can't go again. We can't go again. The Ontario is he's done. But for what it is, very, very impressive. I was thinking that'd be a long way off, as I guessed in the 230s, as other people did. I was not expecting it to be that close. So, fair play to the big Mitsubishi. Swag, thank you for the donations. I suggested the Ontario is a joke. Well, in fact, it was also Leopard wanted this one, and it was good. And it does way better than good. I'm feeling it'll very quickly become one of my favourite cars. It is cool. I do like this. And I mean, of course, the Evo version. Naturally, I'm a very big fan of. Anyways, 90s Supra next. Oh, we're going for the boring cars. We can have a go with that. I doubt I have one. I actually saw a Supra the other day. I was going into town. It's kind of weird seeing them about. It's even weirder seeing a stock one. I don't know the last time I saw an actual stock one. The one I saw was not stock. It was modified. But yeah, I don't know the last time I saw a stock Supra. But yeah, right. Do I have one? I don't know. Let's go have a look, just in case. I do have one. Cool. I don't remember where I got that from, but why not? Will this be good? That is an interesting question. I've never had much luck with Supras in Forza games. Whee! It's probably going to be a touch too heavy. What body kits have we got with this? Well, that looks silly. I feel like there would be other wide body. I don't know enough. I'm not a massive fan of Supra. I don't dislike them, but not really my favourite. I feel like there would have been other ones. Although there is also... Some cars do have more... There we go, yeah. More normal body kit options. Which is quite cool. Now, I say unfortunately not enough. I also don't know if any of these are actually that new, but there is, you don't just have to go wide body kits. Let's come back to visual side of things, because the things that we're going to want, snow tyres. What size does it get normally? 285s, and if I put the wide body kit on, we will have... Oh, it's only 295s at the front. Not actually that much. Maybe the rears will be better. 345s are quite good. I did see... It's hard to say it's extremely days, but it's good to see that the tyre widths don't matter as much in terms of tractor performance in this game. Well... The PI system is interesting. What I am building here, the cars I am building here are ultra specialised. And how I am building these and how these relate to the game in general is less relevant. What I will say, and I have been working on a video, and it'll be coming up, well, funnily enough, very soon. I can put all sorts of random wings. Well, now... It would be rude not to, although I feel like they might get caught on the floor. But if you give me an option for a ridiculous width, I'm going to take it. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm going to take it. I've got distracted. Sure, let's just have more vents is more good, as the saying goes. I got very distracted. But yes, the PI system and indeed the tyres seem better balanced than we have seen in previous Horizon games. I don't think it'll be quite as clear cut to go, onto slicks or whatever. Cars feel a lot nicer to drive on things like sport tyres. So, yeah, it's changed a bit, and I'm kind of doing research into how it has changed. But it does feel different, at least. And sort of anecdotal evidence is it seems better balanced across the tyres. Cars on sport tyres are much nicer to drive. Oh, it's still rear-wheel drive. I thought I had changed it. I did not. We don't want that. You are going to be all-wheel drive because you're going on the snow. Right. Do I need... Actually, changing that will give me a race gearbox, so that's fine. While we're here... Oh, wait, that was a drift one. Don't want that. Give me an off-road diff. Now, back to what I was doing of giving it a bunch of power. And, well, I say that. Having driven the Mitsubishi last time around, this isn't going to be that much power. Ooh, that is a lot of power. Let's go stage 1 of that. I guess these turbos will get crazy bad. This is no question about changing the engine. Yeah, those turbos will get ridiculous. You're not going to need to change the engine of this to get the top of A-Class. Can I get enough power to get to the top of A-Class? That's closer. 466. Can we do better? Nope. We'll probably go with them. 466. And then we can drop a driveline in. It's very silly, this car. I'm not necessarily expecting this to be the best. It's got... I think it's going to be too heavy. Although that being said... the Mitsubishi got away with being quite good. Is there anything fun car mastery? I should check these on ones I've not driven before in case they have cool stuff. But I have not. Mostly it's the Forza Edition cars that have fun, you know, unlock wheel spins and super wheel spins. A couple of other cars have. Hopefully that means a wider range of car builds can be fairly equal. It's going to depend on what you're doing with them. There's a lot of things that I'm not quite sure of until we start doing, you know, multiple online races and you get people building cars differently. As I said, anecdotally, it feels better. However, yeah, until you start doing the lap times, it is difficult to tell. In general, one of the things that you do see, and I think we will see in this, is over a lap, slick tires, race tires, semis, or whatever, you know, might be faster. I think cars on sort of sport tires and whatnot are, you know, we're going to have that straight line speed advantage. That's generally how the PO works out. And, of course, it's very difficult to overtake them. And they're nicer to drive. They're not as horrible to drive as we have seen at times in the past. So, yeah, until we start doing plenty of races, I'm not going to quite know for sure. As I said, I am doing a video trying to do some science on stuff. But it looks like there's a potential for that to be the case. Oh, come on. Big old Supra. It's got a lot of grip. I'll give it that. Unlike the Peugeot that was desperate to spin its wheels around the place, even with all-wheel drive, this thing, I am on the throttle and it is not moving. It is planted. It's very, very planted. Now, how are we going to do on these? This might suck. Oh. Okay, I feel like I should maybe stop trying to take the cheaty line there. I'm actually more trying to get it... I was trying to get the jump drift on the landing, but I am just jumping the corner a little bit with that, which is not really the intention when I set out. Right, how good are you at a straight line? This is another very undramatic car, which is normally a pretty good sign for it being fast. The downside of undramatic cars is sometimes they can actually be quite slow, and you also don't realise it because it's quite neutral. Had that before, cars that you build that you think are quick because they're undramatic and nice to drive, and it turns out they just lack maybe straight line speed, or they aren't going as fast as you might expect them to be in these corners. Alright, get through there. not bad through that section either. I mean, it's up there with the Golf in terms of, I guess, ease of use. It looks ridiculous. Oh, yeah, it doesn't quite do that section as well. Right, slow, grab, handbrake, get it around the nasty hairpin. What are we doing time-wise? Okay, I mean, there is... God, that's so much traction. It's so fast out of the corner. Oh, can that? 22.843. So, the Supra goes into second. That's a solid time. Can I find 3 seconds? 3 seconds is a lot. 3 seconds is a lot. So, Alien, and for anybody who is just tuning in, I welcome you. I welcome you to the stream. So far, the Golf is leading the way with a 219.806. Then we have got the Supra now with a 222.8, but it's got 2 runs to go. There's a Fiat 131 at a 224.0. The 207 Super 2000 car that sent the benchmark for this was a 224.728. The Subaru Vivio 226.9, and the Mitsubishi Monterio is at the back at a 227.1. But a respectable time for a big old SUV. We will try again with this utter monstrosity of a Supra. It's not pretty, but it is effective. Okay, we go again. There was a couple of minor errors on that previous run. We'll see if we can make up for it. That turning there matches the Golf. I just think where it struggles is it's just a bit heavier than the Golf, and yeah, it's always difficult to beat a light car. Especially in something that requires such precision. Although this has been a very tidy start for the Supra. It's been immensely tidy through here. That has also been probably the best I've done that corner. This could be a very good run if we don't find a way to throw it all away in this one. Okay. Didn't quite get that jump how we wanted it, but it has worked. Oh, get turned. Not ideal there. Didn't quite want to get it through the corner. And this is quite a big car. Quite wide for this course. Funnily enough, a wide body kit does make it quite wide. That was incredibly close to catching the rear bumper on the landing there. Now, that change of direction there is very good. That's where the Monterio was struggling, getting through these bits. That corner there, it shouldn't be as quick as it is, but because it's very steeply banked, you can just chuck it in and the car hooks up and goes, which is quickly becoming my slightly accidental favourite corner. I know, I'm going to take credit. It was intentionally designed to give you the option to do that, right? That was definitely the plan all along. Gonna lose a little time on that sort of climbing up the jump. It knocks the front. Oh, please slow down for that. Round the hairpin we go. We will... Oh, dogs outside are going. Yes, Apollo, I know there are dogs outside. I heard them too. Thank you for warning me. Come on. No, it's not got it. It's not got it. It's not... it's improved. It has improved. 222, 342. 342. I don't think that's going to get the Golf. I don't think that's going to get the Golf. I don't think I can find 2 and a bit seconds from that run. It wasn't great across the bridge jump. We might have lost a tiny bit there. I actually think this struggles in the really tight hairpins, and I think just being a bigger car is a bit of an issue for it. Because the first section it feels very, very good at, but later on when we get to real technical parts, can I find anything on this next run? Whatever happens, this car's in second. Whatever happens, it's actually been better, maybe about where I thought it was. Decent sized tyres. Traction is good, which is helpful out of the hairpins. Yeah, the really tight hairpins in the chicanes, probably where this car is let down slightly. Not terribly, but still. Right, we'll try just tap the handbrake a little bit, get the back end to rotate again, which it has worked. It's worked. It didn't slide, it didn't kick itself sideways. We'll use the kind of weight transfer through there. Okay, well we brushed the wall, but I don't think that really cost us anything. Absolute fractions of a second at most, because it largely just pinged clear. Probably took off the splitter, but that was about it. Now up here we go. Oh. Yeah, maybe we could be more aggressive, but right. Better at that hairpin that time around. Lose a little bit with a slide, but we actually got it rotated nicely. Go! Supra, use the speed! We're risking going across the middle of the jump a bit more there to try and set up a better line through here if we can. I don't think I can push that anymore because we do need to make this turn here. Again, it is slightly banked through that corner, which will help. I'm trying to get myself set for these ones. Just boot it through there, let the banking turn the car, which it did do. This run does feel good. So far, minus one tiny wall clip. That's a little bit wide. Right, dive on brakes. Yeah, it struggles through there in comparison to some of the others. Maybe I'm just asking too much of it. I might have been going a bit too quick into that one. I don't want third. Second gear will do for the exit. This run has been better, I reckon. It feels like it's been better. Got the hairpin nicer. Don't let it understeer too wide through here. It's going to want to. Final corner coming up. This corner deceptively hard. All sorts of hills and cambers. I can't go sub 220. No, I can't do it. That was a good improvement. It was a big improvement again. I thought that felt like a good run. Sometimes you know they're going to be a good run. Felt like a good run. Still a second off. Still a second off. I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not sure I can find very much more time in that car. Maybe the bridge jump is the big time sink in that, but I can't do. I feel like the Golf it would have been easier to make time with the Golf perhaps than that one. A very good showing. Like I will give it that. A very good showing from that car. But yeah, the silence says yes, you could do a 220 or a sub 220. You could with a lot more runs, and if you did an equal amount of runs with the Golf, you'd get that even faster. I have no doubt. In 3 runs, I'm happy with that time. I'm happy with the time of that. But yeah, not going to take the title. It's still second though, you know. And at the end of the day, second place, not terrible for the vehicle. Can I? Just wondering whether am I going to have a way to? God, what do this one here? So I'm just trying to figure out a way if we can show the that one. If we do that now, right, if I just move that up there, aha. Kind of. Right, we can Right, that will work for. Right, so I can show we've got a good old spreadsheet on the go. You know, why not? Why not have a good old spreadsheet on the go here, so we can hopefully keep track of what is going on. I've got some more car mastery points, which is fun. Do I have? Just curious if I had either. Do I have? Oh, I haven't. Oh, I have enough points on that one. Some of these have wheel spins, and I might use one of these, see if I get something fun. Or Leopard of Fire, perhaps we need to go light again, try Caterham. Oh, Caterham would be terrifying. Was quick, but okay, I need a lot more car points to get there. We'll start making our way towards it, or towards getting some money, actually. Screw it, we'll go for a wheel spin, see if anything fun comes out. Here we go. Anything fun? Civic! Not really that. A Caterham's more exciting than a Civic. Cool, I'll take it. I'm happy to get it. But, yeah. Not the most exciting. I don't know if there... I actually haven't looked to see if there is a Caterham in here.
Welcome back,
Just because there
Alex.
is... no, there is not. That doesn't mean there isn't a Caterham in the auto show. That doesn't mean there isn't one that might come out of a wheel spin or something. There is a way to... Just make sure I haven't got one. No, I don't. There is a way to find out if there is one in the game. Now I've got to try and remember how to go through, how to find it. It's in here. I think it's in here. We can go through. No, there is not, unfortunately. So this is like the whole list of the car collection and stuff that you can't buy in the auto show, but that does exist in the game, will appear in this one. So, for example, if we go to, speaking of Apollo, the Apollo IE is in the game. You can't buy it from the auto show. This one, if you go to purchase it, this car is available from Wheelspin. So this is the one that I know is a Wheelspin car. I am sure there are other ones. Actually, I was going to look at Jags as well, because they're not really gone. BMW. Hold on, I've got questions. Game? I swear I saw a 635 CSI. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was an 850 that I mistook. Well, I was taking a picture at one point, but no. Right, we were going to go for... What is Jimco? Hold on. Okay, now it's just a buggy of some sort. I did go to look at Jaguar if there's any... No, there are just no road-going ones. Nor like no normal road-going ones at the moment. Maybe some later, etc. So, can't do a Caterham, sadly. Let's go have a look. I guess we can go build the Civic, seeing as we won the Civic. Why? I mean, it's a good shout for a car. What will be the downsides of this one? Front-wheel drive converted to all-wheel drive, sometimes dicey on the handling front. Can be dicey on the handling front. Not always. Horizon later Forza games have generally got better at not doing horrible weird things with them. I suspect this will struggle with not enough grip. It won't get as big a tyres as the Golf, for example. Right. Snow tyres. 245's alright. 245 is not terrible. Not completely useless. Noodle Bread saying it's fun seeing this Civic in Japan considering it wasn't sold there. Was it not? That seems surprising. I mean... Sure, I get it. What do they have instead? Do they... I don't know. Did they just not sell the Civic there these years? Who knows? Well, someone will know. But, yeah. Japan got a four-door Civic. Okay. I mean, I've always been more of a fan of four doors, I guess, anyway. But yeah, I guess you know, a lot of the world is used to this Civic, so it makes sense to keep it in the game, even if you know, maybe not so likely to be. Like I did, sort of, you know, I say pseudo reviewed Forza, the sort of the kind of the review style that I would go for. This is the sort of thing that I mean with the car list. I kind of wish there'd been a little bit more oddballs, like an Accord Type R or something. That sort of car, or like the four-door Civics. Actually, I think I know the sort of Civic you mean. You occasionally see them over here. They're rare, but you do occasionally see them. I just kind of wish we'd seen more of those obscure cars. I know why they're not. I know why they're not in. I get it. Because outside of people like us who are watching this today, what the crap is that? What was that? I've got distracted. You've distracted me with the worst body kit I've ever seen. That's terrible. I mean, neither of those wings are very good. No, they're both terrible, but that does actually give me downforce. I'm slightly worried what this kit is going to... It's bad at the rear. Not as bad as the front, I think it is safe to say. I guess... I was hoping for something sillier, but we didn't really get it. Oh, actually, yes. Just see swag with the bits. So, the JDM Civic era is going to be featured. Yes, I actually did see that picture of it at some point. We are going to have the four-door Civic in the car pass at some point, which is cool, but you know, it should have been really there from the start, shouldn't it? Let's face it. Right, I think I've done all the handling bits. Now, time to shove power in and hope for the best. I do not come with a turbo. Do I want a turbo? What can I do? Yeah, turbo is the way to go. I want to make sure. That seems a bit heavy, but I guess used to super light race cars and all that. Let's get. Do I want? I kind of want to go anti-lag. I feel like anti-lag might be a good shout to help get these cars out of corners on a stage like this. I mean, it is a rally stage. So the standard engine will do it. We'll have a look at engines in a second. The standard engine is definitely going to get A-class, but we'll have a look just for fun to see what we could have got and what might have been. These engines are normally a good shout to go for. Let's face it. Can we... You're going to be annoying, aren't you? I can just sense it. Okay, 698. In fact, we do 698. Drop the flywheel. No, not that flywheel. Drop that flywheel in. And drop that drive line in. It'll have an adjustable gearbox, so you don't have a rally diff. That seems odd. I guess because it's swapped drive line. Okay, that'll do. And engines. Other options are available. The GR Yaris engine, the Turbo Rally, the usual one, and is that a modern Civic engine? Maybe? 2-litre i4 turbo. My best guess would be that's the modern Type R engine, or the more modern Type R that we have. But 500 horsepower is pretty good. I do like. I can't remember if I mentioned it Can't remember if I mentioned it in the review video I did earlier. This has now got power to weight ratio calculated in this screen. I like that. I like that a lot. Very, very cool. Very useful. Not very useful, but very interesting information to have. And I have been seeing a lot of these cars have been coming at us around the 0.2 horsepower per pound. I would like to have the thing in horsepower and kilos, but I can't do that, I don't think. So yeah. Either way, this could be in with a shout of beating the Fiat. I'm expecting this to fit in the gap between the Supra and the Fiat. That's my expectations for this one. I reckon third place for the Type R. I don't think it's going to have the grip of the Golf. It doesn't have the tyre size, and it's probably a bit too heavy. I don't think it's going to have the grip of the Supra, although it will be a slight bit more agile. Aside from getting 222.3, that's honestly, yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good. I feel like that's a pretty good shout. I feel like that's pretty accurate. If I do a really good run, there's a decent chunk of power in this. There is a good chunk of power, which is helpful for getting us up some of the snowy hills. It's going to be whether it has traction. Like, out of the hairpin turn 2, we've seen a few vehicles like the big Mitsubishi struggle to put their power down. The Supra didn't, and I think this will be another one that's going to have a trouble. I don't think it's got big enough tyres quite to put this power down, but we will see. We will see what we can do. Ooh, turning, not bad. Better than I thought we were going to get from it. Again, though, yeah, it's sliding a little bit on the exit. Okay, not as bad as I thought. That's useful to know. The 245s are doing their job. I know in reality you wouldn't want these huge tyres on snow and ice, but this is Forza. This is what you get. This is just how it works. Big tyres are the way to go. Now, come on, Civic. Yeah, it's handling better than I thought it was going to. Again, Civic's normally a good shout in this game. Maybe not quite as good as a Mark II Golf with a wide body kit, but normally pretty good. Ooh. That was actually jumped quite neatly. Okay, and yank the handbrake, get around the hairpin. Oh, little overcooked on the exit. Slightly too much handbrake. Straight line speed, what is it going to be like? I'm happy to open the steering up just to get it across the wider section, or the slightly higher section of the jump, if need be. Which I don't think we needed. I think this car's got the speed. It's a bit more speed than the Peugeot. I mean, all of these things are ending up with more power than the Super 2000 car. Maybe not a big surprise. The kind of pre-built race cars, not always the way to go. Also, Peugeot it did go first in this test. Although I will admit I have driven this quarter bunch with the Peugeot while I was making it, so no, it feels like it's not at too much of a disadvantage. Here, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Now, I'm going to say this, and the time might be garbage, or the time might be astonishing. It doesn't feel astonishingly quick, but sometimes quick cars don't. Sometimes cars that feel astonishingly quick are actually not very fast at all. I've had that a few times. Always very disappointing. Right. I don't think we're quite Mark II Golf levels. It's a good first round. It's a good first round. I don't know. I'm going to put Civic Type R for now, and if we have a Type R later, I'll change the naming. To 23.610. Now what? I reckon Asylum's 22.3 is probably not that far off what I can do with that. I reckon I can get another second out of that. But much more than that is going to start being challenging. It's gone exactly where I expected it to go. I love it when I'm right. With these, it has sat itself exactly at the point in the table where I expected it to go on its. I mean, and that's on the first run. Do we have any big mistakes? I don't think so. So let's give it another try. Let's see what we can do with the Civic. I reckon we can. Yeah, it's very neat through there. Now, this is the one where it struggles a little bit more. Again, little tap on the handbrake. Ooh. Yeah. It does. It does just lack the grip. It lacks the grip. Not by a crazy amount. Oh, no, I've turned too much there. Damn it. A little bit too much grip there. No, that was a slight misjudge from from me more than anything. It does just lack the grip ever so slightly of the real top contenders. We expected that from the Civic. This is not really a course where you can make up that much time. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, bad. That's not worked. This is a very extreme layout, basically, and it's not... You can make up some time with power, with getting up these hills quickly, but you can't. You're going to lose so much time in twisting up. That is why you do not want to take the line over the jump that that I was taking there, because you will have a bad day, or you can have a bad day. It's just not worth the risk, essentially. On turn, please. Please get through here. That's such a good corner. I'm so proud of that corner accidentally being brilliant. It is easily one of my favourite corners I've come across. Now, hairpin chicane. We go. Can't get on power, can't get on power. Waiting, 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 go. Oh, I think I might have almost exploded the engine with my downshifting there. It's going after that jump not too badly. Right. I wonder whether... I don't trust myself to be able to do it, especially not going to third run. I wonder if you could get away with running quickly into that hairpin. And, oh, stalled out. That was a scruffy run, and it was a 225. Okay. Poor run. No, I made a couple of fairly sizable mistakes there. Bruh. It is going to be a... You're going to need to use the handbrake a little bit, I reckon, for things like this. Just because it doesn't have the grip. But I can't risk having it slide. So that was perfect. We just used the handbrake enough to turn it. And not so much that we got oversteer and wheel spin and the like. Alright. Get it turned in here. I think as it transitions into the deep snow, you only get like this big bite of grip. Probably because there's like we're dealing with this like terrain, like hills and whatnot. And it just turns in. I think that's what catches me out sometimes. It suddenly just gets all this bite from nowhere and it turns into the corner. Right, over the jump we go. Oh, it doesn't like that. I can't get that section right with the Civic. It's not quite quick enough up that hill to do what I want it to do. And is not helping my case. We've been aggressive. It's worked for us. Being very aggressive around that corner. Still clearing the jump. I've only seen one car. No, that's gone. That has probably cost it an improvement on this one. Big slide where we didn't need it. And yeah, I think that's us done. We'll keep pushing in case we have a miracle sector anywhere else. But that is a big loss. Again, as I said before, if you're just tuning in Horizon, you are not going to be gaining time from sliding the cars around, even on snow and dirt. If it's sliding about, you are losing time. Now, you can have been using the handbrake to try and turn it through very fiddly sections like this, but on the big sort of sweeping corners, that is just costing momentum that we could do with not going into the car going sideways. That was, again, quite nice through that hairpin. This is a little bit smaller than some of the other cars we have had. Now, let's fly down here to the final corner. Oh, it doesn't want to turn. No, it actually might be a slightly better time, which is good considering we had slightly better, 494 for the Civic. Yeah, I reckon a low 222, low to mid 222 is definitely doable with that car. But it's not as nice to drive. It just lacks some grip. It lacks some grip and it can't make up for it with acceleration. Decent power, however, Yeah. Not quite enough. Steve, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying I got first with the Golf. You do indeed. Can I get first and second this time with a Delta S4? Oh, that's a brave choice. Do I have a Delta S4 or can I buy one? Good question. If I don't have a Delta S4, I'll buy a normal Delta. Right. Lancia over here. We can... I do have... Well, that's curious. Normal Delta, 110,000 credits, which I have got one. I guess I want it from a wheel spin. Delta S4, half the price. But, what? That doesn't make sense. That's not how anything works. The Delta S4s are... I mean, the Integrale Evos are very expensive, but those things are insanely expensive. That's so cheap for an S4. I don't actually know how much they would go for in real life. I feel like $250,000 plus. I might be wrong. I'm sorry, I was not expecting that to be so cheap. Yeah, S4s are very rare. I mean, those are rare. Those are very rare. I'm surprised how cheap that is. Now, theoretically, this is a great shout. The Delta S4 is a legendary rally car. Track record, S4s have been notoriously difficult, to put it mildly. Oh wow, subdued curiosity around 1.5 million for a good S4. Jeez, I didn't realize how that. I mean, I knew they were expensive, but Christ, so much money. Can we? Oh, we can. Oh, it does have the proper body kit. I was more hoping to open the back of it, but that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Never mind. Right. That is, so this is like the bargain of the century. Now, it does get the wide body kit, which is very cool. So you have a normal road going one, and then I guess you have like the rally kit for it. Now, I've had this before in Horizon games, but do appreciate it still being there. Starts up all-wheel drive. Do you get any crazy engines? What is that? Aerilatum V8, I think. But yeah, okay, we will. Can I put any aero on it? Can I put crazy wing on the back of it? I like that has downforce tuning as well. And not all of the like manufacturer wings do, but I'm glad that does. Tyres, let's stick these on first. We've made it look the part. Now we need to actually do something about the performance of it. Big tyres, 295s, probably 295s all round. Oh no, slightly bigger, 315s. Cool. That works. Is this engine... Was the road-going one twin-charged? If it was... I mean, we don't get twin-charged in here. I wasn't expecting it to, necessarily. Let's sort out brakes. Can't make it any lighter, although it is very light to start with. Don't want drift delta. We will put these in. I'm generally putting these in because the course is so twisty. Anything that can give us a handling benefit is probably what we want. So the roll cage, well, it's a Lancia rally car. You probably want a roll cage in it to be safe. We will shove in a diff. Do I go for a gearbox? It does eat up a lot of PI. I might go for this stage gearbox. Because I might want to tune the gear ratios right. Engine parts. Can't put the anti-lag turbo on it, which is a shame, but we can't do that. Now, my concern with this is we are going to be... I think we're a bit down on power. Now... we can sneak an extra flywheel in there. Can I sneak a clutch in? Sometimes you can. Because the PI system, while you don't see it, essentially there's like a point, so it would be like 700.1, 0.2. And sometimes you can get away with just creeping it up a bit, but you can't fit a clutch in and get away with it. This is a curious one. This is a very curious one, actually. Steve reckon prediction is a 218. The thing is, as I said, Delta S4s in particular, the Delta Integrale is normally amazing in Forza games in general. I have struggled, and generally speaking, people have struggled to get the S4 version to work. Now, it might be something funky with the way Forza does the handling of this car. It may more likely be to do with the PI system. There are occasionally cars it just doesn't like, or the way that the PI is calculated. There's occasionally cars that... do we want to maybe... I don't know if we want to bring that back some. But yes, there are sometimes cars that seem to struggle a little bit more with the PI system. And the S4, we've never really seen them be very successful. Now, this is a whole different game. Who knows? And this is a very, very specific challenge that is also vastly different to a normal event, if you will. So, normal car building rules don't necessarily apply here. The big advantage with this, the big advantage we get with this is light and big tyres. Down on power, but light and big tyres are good in general. So, yeah, we will see what we can do. I will have to use a clutch again. Got to remember that one. Okay, brakes, very good. Ooh, turning, very good. That's good start. Making promising first impressions. Shouldn't have any issues with the traction, because I don't think there's enough power to really give it grief there. Right, into this section. Second gear, not ideal through here. But first will be two. The gear ratios are perfect for this, but we will see. Now, plus point, Delta Light. Ooh, big plus point for the Delta is gets that transition up to the ramp nicely, much like we've seen with a couple of vehicles. This has got the ride height to make that work. I am very glad. I am very glad about that. Now, we will run a bit wide through there, but it's okay. We are fast enough to clear that. Ooh, back end wanted to move about there a bit more than I was anticipating, but it's all good. Launch through sequence of corners. Down here, it feels good. Don't know how fast. Use the banking. I knew it was going to happen, and it has. It was going to happen eventually. Had so much grip we turned into a tiny bit too much. That was close, though. I mean, it's probably a good sign he's got enough grip to do that. The turning in too soon. Ooh, quite nice through that chicane as well, considering I wasn't really well set up for it in this run. Not exactly going amazing. Right, slow down for this bit. Oh, that jump there, not quite. Not quite as good. It was better on the first jump, but maybe that's just angle of approach or something. Worked out nicer. I mean, it's looking promising, I would say. It's looking promising for the Delta to go fast. I feel this might be third place car. I think it might take over the third place from the Civic. I'm not sure if that's got enough to beat the Golf, but we missed a checkpoint. It was a 2:30.45, so did missing the checkpoint cost us 10 seconds? Oh, that was, I put down a 2:23. No, it didn't do that. I mean, it'd be nice if it did, but yeah, okay. Basically, we've got to try and find 10 seconds if we want to take second place. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and find a way to make that way. I get a funny noise. Okay. I mean, This is a rally car at the end of the day, and I guess they do sometimes make funny noises, but still, this hasn't even got the anti-lag or whatever. I wonder how wacky you can make it sound either way. Now, oh, I messed that one up ever so slightly myself, but yeah, I don't think that first hairpin, you don't really need the handbrake encouragement. Because it's got quite a wide turning point, you can normally get away with just normally turning in. The second one you can't quite as much. Oh, okay, we used... That was a bit of a gamble, risky line there. Basically, I turned in, and it was going to understeer into the station. I was counting on the kind of terrain change to turn the car, and it worked perfectly. Not sure I would want to rely on that one constantly, but it can do it. That is really good up that jump. That is possibly the best we've had a car do that section. Oh, I've overshot the hairpin a tiny bit. And you just waste time sort of spinning the wheels trying to get going up the very steep hill. It's been neat through there, though. What we really need from the Delta is just a solid run. Just almost like a banker run, if you will, through here. Don't do anything stupid. This one here is lightly banked to help get our car turned. Second gear is still not quite right in the rev range. There we go. Use the corner. Use the almost crater in the road to get your car turned. I feel like that section would be that kind of like crater in the corner would be very annoying for skiers or whoever would go on this course normally, but maybe not. Now, oh, I didn't even need the handbrake through there. That was great. I think this front splitter might be a bit too long on this car. I would, yeah, like slightly less of the overhang going on, if at all possible. That was nicely turned through that one. A little cautious, just again getting on the brakes, going over that crest. This is looking quick from the Delta. If we can punch it out of the final corner, we do. It's second. They did it. 10 seconds, almost 10 seconds exactly. 220.023. It is at a second place for the Delta S4 as it pops and bangs away in the background. Ooh, we are 2/10 away from taking first place. It can do it. The car can definitely do it. It's whether I can do it on this run. It's not as easy to drive as the Golf. It's not as comfortable, it's not as straightforward as the Golf. But it is quick. I mean, Steve, either way, you are right. You have got first and second in this. You did what you did want to see if this could do it, and it absolutely has. The question is, which way round is it going to be? I reckon no sliding into turn 1 is better, and maybe a little bit of handbrake through turn 2. I actually turned in a tiny bit too soon and had to handbrake it to get the car to slide a little wider and not hit the barrier. Not absolutely perfect. Oh, that's also not been quite what I wanted through there. It's not been the very best first section. There is... I'll take a slightly wider sort of swinging line through there, which does work. Ugh, I don't know. Oh, I locked the brakes up down that hill as well. It's not been the best section. This is the best car for that first jump, though. Absolutely. Every time, it's been great down there. Much better at the hairpin. I mean, still some time lost through there, but we're going to try run it as wide as we can through there. Carry speed. I'll shift up while we're in the air almost. We're going to launch the car similar to what I did with the Civic there, trying to make a little bit more time. We went quicker, although we didn't slide the same way the Civic did. That is what I did in the Civic, only the Civic just didn't have the grip of the Delta. to get away with something like that. We can throw it through the next section. We're going to need to make up. We're going to need to make up some big time, I think, if we're going to go quicker than the Golf, because I don't think the start's been good enough. Right, through there. That was lovely. We actually got that change of direction perfectly. A little bit of handbrake at exactly the right time to get the car rotated. And again, yeah, it's made it nicely through the chicanes. But I don't know if that's going to be enough in this one. Run out a tiny bit wide. On brakes down here. Grab handbrake. I don't think we were actually going to stop for that corner if I needed to, but you've got to use the handbrake to just twist the car through. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's going to be very close again. But come on. No, it was worse. Yeah, I think the chicanes I made time, but elsewhere it was not a great start. We were better at the start on the previous run, and that we couldn't make it up. We couldn't make it up. Yeah. While the Delta is very quick, it does have good grip. It cannot quite match the Mark II Golf that remains at the very top of the table. For those that are curious, hold on, we can show you. Hopefully it'll work. Here we go. That is the table. That is where the the Delta has gone into, and is into second place. Fractions of a second down on the leader. Steve with a good call. That handled better than I thought it might. I've struggled with Deltas in the past, and that one is pretty good. That one is pretty good. Very, very, I say pretty good. So, I put 120. That's a very quick time. In fact, it's teleported around the circuit. Right. To the festival site. Michael, thank you very much for the super chat. Saying now for the original Civic. Do we have the original Civic in the? I feel like we must do, surely. Again, whether it is a car I have unlocked is a good question. Do we have the original? No, do we not? Again, it might be one that comes later. Again, not sure whether it's one. Because we have had the original Civic in previous games. Maybe it's a wheel spin. Now I'm curious. We're going for research. It would feel odd for that not to be in here, given, well, the game's set in Japan. Yeah, there it is. Cars available from a car mastery tree. Which one? I don't know. What car has my Civic under? I felt sure. That's actually this has been accidentally quite useful, because I did wonder. I'd not come across something that had a car on the mastery tree. New Civic was what I was going to go and check. I feel like that's the most likely. This is when it's something weird. Which is possible, let's face it. Right. Car mastery. Yep, there it is. A new... Well, not new, 74 Civic RS. So to get that, oh bloody hell, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. You're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 14, 64 car mastery points to get the Civic. But that did answer the question for me as to whether there was somewhere a car that you could win or you could unlock from a mastery tree, and there is. So there we go. That's gonna be a faff. I don't know. So there are a couple of cars you can get these skill points quite quickly, and I'm sure you just will naturally gain them over time. Swag, thanks for the donation. Saying Italian popcorn machine go brr. It does indeed. We've run Japanese and European. How about some American muscle next? We can do that. We can have a look at that one. We'll come, like I was saying, the older Type R. We'll have a go. We'll go with American muscle next. It's like a bit of variety, and then we will go for probably the EK9. Do I have anything currently? Do I have any American muscle cars? We have a Charger. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. Oh, I'm going to try. I've got to drive this. I've got to have a go with this. Gotta have this. Leopard has just said we've had too many good cars. Let's have a Bel Air. This is close enough. This is close enough. We are going to drive a Lincoln Continental. Now, do you have any fun things that can go under the bonnet? By the looks of it, yes. 6.2 V8 as expected. Diesel! Ah, perfect. 8.4 V10, so there's a Viper engine. 7.7 litre V12. Lamborghini, maybe? 8.9 litre. That's like a trophy truck. What is this last engine? If the 1,500 horsepower engine isn't the last one, what are you? Good Lord. What are you is a very good question. I also love that this is D-Class with 1,700 horsepower. That's so much. What are you from? I'm going to guess that's some sort of... 7.4 litre. That must be some sort of Baja, like, trophy truck or something. Right. Let's do the other bits that we do need to do. Thing number one, make it all-wheel drive, as everything is that goes in here. Okay, there we go. So swag is 7.7 litre V12 is TVR Speed 12. Okay. 8.9 V8 from a monster truck. 7.4 V8. Oh, it's the Funko. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Of course it is. It's the Funko engine. I forgot about the Funko. That is in the game. Again, I haven't seen it and haven't unlocked it, and I think it might be a price car. Not sure. Either way, the Funko is in the game, so that makes sense. All right, 285s. 285s, respectable tyre size. Other things that I do need. Brakes. That. This thing's going to be so difficult to get through the chicane. I don't actually know if it's going to fit in the chicanes. The course was never built with a Continental in mind, but it is cool that we have this. Surprisingly high PI given its size. Now, the standard engine will be garbage and won't do it. Sadly, that's not going to fit in A-Class. We might have to do with a TVR Speed 12 engine. Yeah, I'm going to put that one in it. The stock V8 will never, because it's an old school V8, it won't ever get it. If 800 horsepower isn't getting me to the top of A-Class, the standard engine is not getting 800 horsepower. So, there we go. We did want aero. We will want aero on this car. Anything that can help. I'm not expecting it to do much. But every little helps. We've changed engine and driveline, so gearbox will be decent. Diff, if it is the rally diff, it'll be good. Now, will doing this... It's alarming that 72 horsepower has done so little to the overall PI. Are you going to crack 1,000 horsepower? Not quite. Maybe if we drop that off, do that... This is going to be a bit... Oh, there we go. It's fine. 967 horsepower. Oh, 974. Astonishing. That is what we want. It's not got as much torque as the Mitsubishi, but it has got more power. This is absolutely ridiculous. We have got... We've got, near as makes no difference, 1,000 horsepower from a TVR V12 in a Lincoln Continental on the snowy rally stage. These are words, and this is a sentence that should never be put together again, because it's going to be dangerous. But, yeah, let's do it. It's not the cheapest of upgrades, but... You know, we've got some weight out of it. There's no way this is going to drive nicely. Well, I think it's going to surprise me a little bit like the Mitsubishi did, in that I'm not expecting it to be a total undrivable mess. What's going to give it problems is the sheer length of it. It's got big tyres on it. It's got the right tyres for the conditions, of course. The sheer length of this... And we have had, as Michael said, imagine if this takes first place. We've had the occasional odd car that shouldn't make any sense go very quickly during them. Just checking the gear ratios aren't garbage. They are not. It has happened. I'm trying to remember now what stuff. Wasn't there an autocross car? Oh, God. Again, I'm asking questions for people that I don't remember the answer to. I'm pretty sure we had a ridiculous car do surprisingly well in autocross back on whichever motorsport it was that had that. So there is, precedent for bizarre cars doing unexpected things. And this is probably closer to an autocross course than anything else. I'm not racing against any AIs. I'm doing time trials. This is, as Red has just said, I'm watching silly car builds. What am I watching silly car builds? This is silly rally car builds going on this time around. It shifts off the line. Now, how do you turn? Better than a £4,000 Continental has any right to. I don't think it's going to be that far down. And I guess it's got so much torque as well, where it can just kick itself out of these corners. It's not got as much torque as the big diesel Mitsubishi had, but to be honest, the diesel would probably be better to go in this than the engine I've put in it. But when you have the option for a TVR V12, you take the TVR V12. Gutted we couldn't put the Funko engine in it, but never mind. I guess we could have made it heavier to fit the Funko engine in it, but I'm actually trying to make this be semi-decent, so, it's not going to like these jumps, I don't think. Not as good as the Delta, but still, not bad. Panic braking. Ooh. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's... that was the sort of corner we were expecting there to be trouble. We shouldn't have any problem clearing this jump. We don't. It's just a ridiculous sight, this. And it does feel much like the Monterio. You don't feel the weight too much at some places, but you really do feel it through this section. This is a section where the heavy cars come undone a little bit. We can use the banking to turn it through there. Oh, not got the grip on the exit quite, but not too bad. Ooh, turned in too soon and crashed. Okay, well, that was going to happen. This section, unlikely to be fun. Could be worse, though. Could have been worse. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I'm saying. What I'm saying with this is a lot of this could have been worse. The jumps are not going to be great. I reckon this is going to be battling the Mitsubishi for that not last spot, essentially. Oh, it's really strong. See, that hairpin there's not... Well, actually, I think both the hairpins you have got runoff area on the outside. I wasn't too mean. Didn't place walls down there. Completely scupper you. But the yeah, you know what? That is a 229. And considering we hit a wall, I reckon that might be able to beat. It's not going top. Okay. Any thoughts of a Continental podium? Is not happening. But the Subaru should be a bit worried. The Vivio or whatever should be very concerned about a Lincoln Continental being a better rally car than it. Because I reckon that 3 and a bit seconds is doable with this car. I've got to get the hairpins right, because we crashed and I struggled with the first hairpin massively. Yeah, this is... I mean, it already is surprisingly fast for what it is. It's not... You're not expecting this to go as quick as it is. Got a little bit deep into turn 1. Can save, if you go deep into turn 1, you can save it with a little bit of handbrake. And again, a little bit of handbrake through here. I think probably lost a little bit too... I think it's too much sliding through that first section, but never mind. Right, swing the back end through here. Let the... Oh, it's really... You really have to turn in through there, and be aware that the car is going to suddenly turn in a lot more as it sort of transitions across the slightly changing surface. It is sliding about, but not too bad. This is, oh, the scary bit. Brakes are a bit dicey. Right, aerial drift. that has accidentally become a thing on this course that, again, wasn't quite the intended effect on that jump, but never mind. It looks cool, and it is sort of working. We got through that hairpin better this time around. Aim for the big part of the ramp. There we go. We can like diagonal our way through the tunnel. Oh, again, overshot a little bit. It's got more grip than the Civic in some ways. It didn't let go sideways like the Civic did when you've overstepped the mark a bit, which is nice. It feels bad. It feels very sluggish through there. I'm not going to say terrible, because it could be worse, but it is definitely sluggish through that section. Weirdly, it feels like it almost loses more. I think it feels like it loses more through that section than it does through here, but I'm not sure it actually does lose more through there. We clipped the wall, but it's a big car. It's fine. It's surviving that. The second chicane isn't as harsh. I say designed. The first chicane accidentally ended up quite tight, but I was happy with it. The second one I made sure to make it more flowing, if you will, for one of these special rally stages. Come on. That is nice through there. That is not nice into the final corner. This is going way quicker than it has any right to do. That should not be that fast. How is the Continental done a 24.077? It's quicker than a Super. It's quicker than the Fiat. It's beaten a Fiat 131. Oh, that's brilliant. I don't know if I can do faster than that. I mean, I might be able to do faster than that. That's ridiculous. The next car, to try and beat the Civic, to try and beat a Civic, we need to do a 23.4. Now, that might be doable. I can't believe I'm contemplating that, but there is a chance. Fourth place is there. The acceleration out of the corner helps. The stability, I guess, of it helps. But what can we do? I'm probably going to crash now. There's definitely some time in that. I think a mid-23 is possible. But I've got to try and access it in one more run. No mistakes. And that's difficult. But both this and the Civic were difficult to drive in different ways. This is a big barge and doesn't want to turn, and the Civic just physically didn't have enough grip. It slid across the track a lot more. This has got the power and the torque for some of these hills, but the Civic might not have done. I mean, it was very neat. We didn't spend much time sliding wide. I wonder whether we spent a little bit too much time trying to get it through the hairpin there. It's a slight accidental different approach through there. Oh, it felt cumbersome start of this one. Whether we can make that up later on, we will see. Didn't quite get past the ski jump as well as possible, although that turn wasn't too bad. Now, slow down for here. Oh, I didn't want to turn. Didn't want to turn going up the hill quite as much. I don't think we got this one. I think it's been too scruffy. Yeah, definitely it's gone. It's too scruffy. Chucked it side. I mean, I'll keep going in case we've somehow done. We do something magic later on. But I think I've overdriven it, trying to make up time. Oh, that was close. There's definitely time to be made through here. That's actually much annoyingly. That's so much better than we did that corner last lap around. And this section this is the best we've done this section. Of course it is. Cumbersome barge turn. Got the power way too soon there. It's a kind of send it at this point and hope. Because I don't think we're going to be able to do it. No. Went way too quick on the way in there. Nah, can't improve on this one. Yeah, it wasn't a great start, and it has not improved further around. That being said, all of that sort of regardless, the fact that this is capable of the sort of speeds that it is in what is an absolutely absurd vehicle is mighty impressive. It is close to a Civic Type R on a snowy rally stage. I mean, even this run, this scruffy run, is still going to be a respectable time. It's a 26. So even on a bad run, it's quicker than the Vivio or whatever. That is a lot better than I expected. That's a lot better than almost anybody expected, I should think. So, yeah. There you have it. A Continental in 4th place on our leaderboard. Staggering. We're going from one extreme to the other, though, as the next vehicle. We're going to go with a Civic, a different Civic.
Welcome back,
We are going
Alex.
for the EK9 Civic. Now, that should be ridiculously fast. Where's Honda gone? Here we go. I think I have one hanging around. It should be ridiculous fast. Big downside with this one, the issue that we've seen with the other Civic as well, is going to be potentially tyre size. It may also lack power. Now, on a handling circuit, on generally speaking, in events we've done in the past, EK9s get banned because they are just so strong. In Forza games, they handle so incredibly well. But what we're asking it to do here is not a normal. It's not a normal thing. We're not asking it to go around a normal racetrack. We are asking it to deal with. Do we reckon that can do A-Class? Centrifugal is normally very powerful on this engine. Might have changed since, but let's do the other stuff that we want first. I was going to say lightness is key, but having just watched what we watched, is it? Is it? Is lightness key? Seeing as a Continental has just gone better than anybody ever expected. Do we want... I kind of want supercharger. I'm going to see if I can do it with a supercharger, and if not, then we will probably go for the race turbo. Can we get big enough globs of power out of it? Some, yes, maybe. It's going to be close, isn't it? Right, keep chucking bits on. Please get enough power. Really want to use the supercharger if I can. Okay, we can. We can get the supercharged Civic. Now, maybe this is the wrong way to go with this car. I don't know for sure, of course. I'm still, I have been very fortunate, having had, early access, review access, if you will. I have played a fair bit of this game, but still learning. Still learning how to build these cars. But I do remember I'm basically using previous Forza experiences here as a precursor as to what works here. And the centrifugal has been in recent times very strong. Do we want a 10-speed gearbox? No, we don't. Now it reckons the speed stat's terrible, so I might have to adjust. I don't really care though about the stats. Don't matter for this. Again, power to weight ratio 0.2 horsepower per pound has been common. The Delta's was much lower than that, but the Delta had big tyres. This doesn't have the big tyres. It might make up for it with Accelera. Oh, I didn't check what other engines it got, but the liking trash. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. I'm curious how the Honda Beat or Autozam would perform on this. We can build an Autozam. I didn't put air. I've done a terrible job with this build. I didn't put aero on it. I don't think it matters Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this, and maybe it does. I have... Oh, well, we've got some options, which is cool. See that? Do I right? Now, it will, admittedly, be different to my previous builds if I don't... I don't know whether I need aero on this course. Though I guess we can get a bunch more... I think a bunch more, we can get some more weight out of it. That is not a pretty bumper. We can't really get any more power in it. Unless you went for something like this. Which you get power but adds weight. I don't know if I want that. Just add a flywheel into it then. Do you go fast enough in the snow to really need aero? I don't know. I'm not sure. There's not really any drawback to running aero here. Unless the PI does funny things, which it hasn't really done here. Because the main drawback of aero is lack of straight line speed. Well, we're not going fast. 130 is about as quick as we go. So there's not that drawback to to running the aero. That being said, is it that advantageous? I don't know. Because, yeah, you're right, we're not actually going very fast for a lot of this course, so it's probably not really being used. Although, it might still have some benefit. Basically, if there is any benefit, it's worth. it's worth having, essentially. Steve is saying, I'm getting nervous. So for my first and second, yeah, this is... EK9 Civic is always a terrifyingly quick car in these games. The one saving grace you have with both the Delta and the Golf is they had big tyres. This doesn't. This does not have big tyres. But it is light, and they normally handle amazingly even with small tyres. So, let's see. The brakes feel pretty good. Now, it doesn't have mountains of torque, this. In fact, it's probably one of the least torquey cars we've had run here. But, yeah, not too much weight to lug about. It's probably half the weight of that Continental. So, all the back end's lively. That's not necessarily what is to be expected. We're on snow to a degree. This is a lot more lively than some of the other cars we have seen in the vehicles that have generally been going fast. But let's see what we can do. Can we get the braking? This braking zone is horrible. It is downhill and... Oh. Okay, not too shabby. Not ideal. God. Trying to get these brakings right and not lock it up. As in, not quite got the hairpin correct. We slid too much through there. But it's fine. How much acceleration do we have here? Enough. Yep, more than enough to get through there. This is probably the corner. This is the corner maybe where you're going to be wanting aero. We saw the other Type R struggling. I think that Type R ran with aero. I don't think anyone pointed out that it didn't. It feels so much nicer through here than the Continental did. It is changing direction so well in comparison. Not got that one. I was a bit stop-starty on the way into there. Now, it is through the chicane with relative ease. It just doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't have the grip of the Golf, I don't think. Now, it can maybe make up for that in other places. It feels lively. It feels quick accelerating. But... Oh. God, that braking zone there is also terrifying. Because you're going up over a crest. And it just... there's a lot of downhill braking zones here. We are out a little bit wide through there. It's not been a perfect first run for that car. It's still quick. Right. 222.142. There we go. Now, currently speaking, that is going to sit in 4th place. It sits a couple of a second a bit actually down on the Supra. That can definitely challenge for the podiums. There's more speed in that. Can it get near? Can it get near the Delta and the Guy? I think it can get close. It's not as nice to drive as the Golf. That's for sure. I think it... is it nicer than the Delta? The Delta was a bit quirky in its own way. This is different. It's different from the Delta, possibly about the same level of unusual to draw, say difficulty to drive, basically. Now, my plan for this run is we're going to try and really minimise sliding if we can. That is normally the way to go to get a decent time out of the cars. Now, it doesn't turn in like I want it to. Quite. Like, it's still very good, it's still very agile. But we are missing out on some of that turn-in that we have seen before. Use the change in surface there, or change in terrain to get it turned. Nicely does it. Now, we've got to not overshoot the first hairpin, like we did last time. We can get the jump. It's not great. This is the bit where it struggles, which is not a surprise, considering we are far down on power compared to some of the other stuff. Not a big fan of this jump, although not a bad landing. Don't slide into the wall, though. Right. Grab the handbrake better. Thought maybe shouldn't have changed up to second. Doesn't have the torque to quite get away with that. Thought first was going to be shorter, to be fair. We can now open the taps up over the jump. Actually, no. Do we go much above 100 miles an hour around this course? I don't think we do. I thought we were going quicker down that section, but we don't. I can't look at the speedo. This is one of those courses that, by design, and I'm glad it is incredibly intense. Like, there is no two ways about it. It is an incredibly intense course where you are constantly doing. I can't look at the speed. I don't know what speed we're doing half the time around here, but I don't think we do go much above 100 miles an hour here. Oh, went too quick on the way in. Oh, we recovered that, but with about a millimetre to spare before sliding into the concrete and absolutely ruining the run. So it has overshot a little bit, and it is only a little bit, but still. Right, grab the handbrake for that one. This run has definitely been better. There's a lot of fire coming from the back of the Civic. One more corner to go. Don't look at the time because we will crash. It is not quite enough. It's quicker. What was it? 2:21.341. Oh. It might get there. I don't think it's fast enough. I don't think it's got enough grip to fight the Delta or the Golf. Now, I overran the chicane, but that didn't cost me a second. I don't think. Again, I have no doubt. You do enough runs. You do enough runs with this car, you could do a sub 220. But again, the same is going to be said. You go faster with the Golf and the Delta. I just, as Michael said, it loses too much there. I think the hairpins and the chicanes, I think it's actually really the hairpins that hurt it. I think what it is, it's kind of the exits of the hairpins, because it just does not quite have the same turn in. So you ended up either grabbing the handbrake and sliding, or you understeer a little bit wide. It just can't quite do it. It makes up some time in being light and agile, and it is good at that bit, which we will continue to push. We will continue to try and make work here. We've overshot a tiny bit into that one. Yes, there's that sort of stuff there that it just can't. Oh, that's gone all manners of wrong. That's gone completely wrong at this stuff. Yeah, you can't. You make even a little error, you can't recover it. With this one, you just can't. It doesn't have enough grip to do that. And well, we're gonna now at this point, this run's God, it's got no traction coming out of that one. I was going to say this run's gone wrong, so I'll just send it and see what happens. But it doesn't have the grip to do that. You can't. To be fair, this is a course where you really can't overdrive. Well, if you overdrive, you get in trouble. It's going to be actually quite nicely over that jump for the Civic. Yeah, it's not going to... Nope, the second gear again. On there, not the way to go. The other cars have been getting away with second, and this doesn't quite. It is very, very capable, but it is not quite, not quite strong enough with the grip on this surface. I'm sure if we were building this as an A-class car for a tarmac time trial, that would be a different story. But here, it's just not quite enough on these type of corners to chase after the top two. We'll see if we can get this hairpin better. God, you got to really slow it down. that was, I think that was the best I got that hairpin. That was really nicely done, with a slight grab of the handbrake through the middle part of it. I mean, ideally you don't want to need to get the handbrake, but that carried good speed. If you stitched all of the best bits of this one together, yeah, as I said, it could probably get there, but it's just not easy enough to drive or composed enough to quite make it work. Nah, not going to do it. Just looking at the time already, it's gone. The Civic is going to run a 4th place. I think that's probably fair, to be honest. The Supra was definitely a nicer car to drive and an easier car to extract performance from. Right, so we have time for one more, and we will go and run. Oh, Steve, I wouldn't say few just yet, because of what's coming up next. Cowbell, also thank you very much for the donations. I've just had a look at the car list. No Citroens and only one Datsun and one Volvo. What the hell? One Datsun surprises me with this one. I mean, I'm not crazy surprised about the lack of Citroens and Volvos for a game set in Japan. May well see stuff like that come in the future through the festival playlists and DLCs, etc. But yeah, not massively surprised by that one. Although yeah, some more Datsuns and some more unusual Datsuns would be cool. Now I do have an Autozam, haven't built it for anything. I think it was a second-hand car I found around one of the places and bought it, but I haven't actually used it for anything. Right. The reason I think this could challenge, I think this has a wide body kit. Does. Okay. Now, reset to default, just so that we can start from scratch. This has a wide body kit, which means it should, in theory, get big tyres for a K car, which very useful. Downside will be very low on power, because it's going to be very light. Power to weight ratio, good, but physically this is going to be low on power. Not ideal for this course when you're dealing with a lot of hills. It will be insanely light. Oh, 205s aren't as big as I'd like, but again, super light in all of this. Apollo, not now. Okay, we want brakes and I want rally suspension. I guess the question is, do I bother making it light? I think I do want this. I think we forego weight reduction and shove. I think power is what we're going to need in this. Funnily enough, can I get the standard engine high enough? Or are we going to have to swap it out? No is the answer. That's not going to do it. I mean, it's a tiny engine. We're going to be in a bike engine, aren't we, I think? Let's have a look. So, okay, we've got some options. The Autozam. Bike engine, Civic engine, bike engine, and a rotary. Ooh. Well, that's not very effective, but cool. What the hell have we got in this? Another rotary. Turbo Rally. That modern Civic? Bloody hell. Okay, so we've got the 787B engine, or I presume Mad Mike's drift car engine? 2-litre, 3-rotor turbo. I'm pretty sure that's Mad Mike's engine. I can't think of anything else with a 3-rotor going on like that. That's... I mean, the 787B engine, I don't know how that would fit in an Autozam, but that's even madder. Now, the thing is, that's S2 class and we're building an A-class car, so none of that's useful, but cool. So that's the RX-7 engine. 1.3 twin turbos, the RX-7, yeah. And that's the RX-8 engine. We probably want the turbo engine. Maybe. Realistically, okay. Right, if you're building this engine, if you're building this car sensibly, you put the Civic engine in, no question whatsoever. That is the sensible way to go. But when you give me the option to put a rotary in it, I'm going to put a rotary in it, even if that's probably not the best solution to this. I reckon we go shove that in it. Why would you want to put a single turbo? I guess a single turbo is very powerful. Most bike engines are probably sensible, but I'm going to put a rotary in it at the end of the day. Can we get aero, please? Interestingly, this wide body kit allows you to do a front bumper. Cool. I do like the master speed wing, of course. That is weird and a bit terrible, but I do probably want downforce on it. Ooh, lights. I want lights. Okay, it's going to be a little bit heavier, but weight might not be the worst thing ever in this car, if I'm honest. What is the power to weight ratio we're looking at? Okay, it is a little bit down, 0.14. It's... And 271 horsepower, it's a lot of power in an Autozam. I'm going with my rotary Autozam. As I said, I do think you are better off putting the Civic engine in this. However, I'm still going to give it a go with the rotary. We're going to see what we can do. Could this challenge the top of the table while it's loading in? Those are the times so far. I've had 10 cars run through here. I didn't upgrade rim size, did I? I don't know. Can I not worry about it? Sorry, you didn't see that. When I left the showroom, it gave me a thing for saying I upgraded rim size, which I don't think I did on that car, but never mind. The time to beat is a 219.8 set by the Golf. The Delta's a 220.0. For a podium, you need a 220.9. Or it might end up down the bottom with the Subaru and the Mitsubishi. I don't know. I have genuinely no idea where this is going to sit. I feel like this could go either way. I feel like it's probably going to be one extreme or the other. Although, actually, no. I really don't know. It'd be quite funny if it got a very similar time to the Continental, just because that would be both ends of the spectrum together. Traditionally, Forza-wise, K cars are unbelievably strong. But again, this is not a conventional circuit. Oh, that does turn nicely. It turns in nicely, but it does lack the grip for everything. Traction's good. Right, come on, rotary machine. Let's go. There is grip for being on 2.1. I mean, it is very light, of course. So it is on small tyres, but incredibly light. There's a little bit of sliding that it wanted to do. Now swing through the corner. Try desperately to swing through the corner. Take some posts with us. That's fine. Now, this might lack the overhangs. Oh, it's good at the ramps. That's nice. Okay, we took the jump So the other thing that I haven't really talked about too much, but being light, good for braking performance. It will get slowed very quickly for these corners. That is ran a little bit wide. Traction's good though. Hit the large part of the jump, well clear. Do we have the grip? Oh, we do have the grip there. This is it's a scruffy run so far in some regards. It's not refined, but I'm actually using this a little bit more of a test. Like through there, I just threw it to see what would happen. Got that corner all wrong as well. Okay. Now, this is a car that this feels quick. It feels very agile. What's going to hamper it is it's losing out possibly in straight line speed and acceleration zones. That on such a tight course you might not notice. I'm not noticing what speed I'm doing. I can't see what speed I'm doing at any point. So I'm not noticing if I'm down 10 miles an hour on an acceleration zone or on a straight or 20 miles an hour. I just can't look. But it feels fast. It might not be, but it does definitely feel quick around here. And in the chicanes, it's tiny. It changes direction very well. It feels more grip than we've seen from some cars. Around the final corner we go. It's pretty solid. That's a solid start. Right. Autozam AZ-1. That's 21.942. Gotta say, impressed with how close this has been. Very impressed with how close this has been. Like, essentially 7 seconds covers the entire selection of cars. That's closer than we've ever seen in one of these. Right, that puts us in 5th currently. We beat the newer of the two Type Rs that has run. It sits half a second down on the EK9, which definitely can be made up. Like Leopard said, it feels quick because it's doing 180 scale miles per hour. Very true. Very true. If I can get this spot on, it could definitely challenge, I reckon, for a podium. This is another one that, a bit like the EK9, that getting it just right is more difficult than with the likes of the Golf. So, again, run 2, I'm trying to minimise sliding if I can. I kind of experimented a bit on the first run to do a 21 with some experimental driving to see what the back end of the car would do. Not too bad going. Oh, there's a bump there. Not found that before. Not noticed that bump. That's always alarming. I don't know whether that's a quicker line through that corner or not. Sort of taking that sweeping line. It feels quicker, but I am now not 100% sure if it is. Right, jump. It's very good on landings. I mean, I guess it's light. Oh, no. That's gone. That's too quick. I think I left it just a tiny bit too late to brake. And then you're over the crest, the wheels aren't on the ground, and you're just not stopping. Okay, so we overshot the hairpin. We are over the jump nicely now. Let's not run as wide as we did before, so that we can be neater into this section. But I feel so much nicer than the Lincoln through here. Now, turn in, use that section to twist the car about, as we have been doing all evening, which is very good fun. Now, chicanes are where we can, I reckon, make up some time. Well, it's such a narrow chicane there that I'm not sure big chunks of time can be made up, because everything's got to go really slowly. Again, great through here. Yeah, really good on the jumps. Really good on the jumps. Through that. It's probably the best we've seen, actually, on the jumps. Maybe outside the Mitsubishi. That was incredible. If I'm hitting that flag, it means I have got about as close to a railing as I can possibly get to a railing without crashing. Come on, Autozam. Oh, struggled. Up that hill. It's gone quicker, and it has now beaten the EK9 275. I know we overshot the hairpin. That was where the big time loss, but we were good elsewhere. It's so close to a podium. It's so close to a podium, this car. If I get it spot on, it's doable. Getting that spot on. We'll see what we can do. Got to not overshoot the hairpins. I mean, I think that the minimising sliding has been the way to go here. It's nicer and it's easier to be consistent with that. Right, although here, you want to turn in. That's not the worst problem though. Like if we do grab a little, as long as it doesn't have a massive slide, grabbing a little handbrake through there isn't the end of the world. We will again let it use the banking to turn the car in. I'm slightly wary though through here because the bumps caused it grief. Bumps that I've never found on any other car was causing it grief. Oh, again. No, it's the same thing we've seen from cars throughout this, is especially the ones with the smaller tyres. As you try and push them that little bit harder, they just don't have the grip to give. But it was better through the hairpin there. I'm not sure we were quite able to maintain as much speed as I would have liked. It's again more understeer, I think, as I'm pushing it, trying to make that time up. Not as bad as we have seen from some cars. That is a big slide through there. It's spectacular and looks impressive, but not sure that is going to be all too helpful for the Autozam. We've got to get the chicanes perfectly now. Pressure is really on for them. Come on. Yeah, I think it is just being a tiny bit overdriven. Like that one there, which missed the turning point for the second part of the chicane. We got through it, and that you'll get away with that in the Autozam in terms of not ending up in the concrete. That you wouldn't do that with a bigger car. But yeah, I don't think we've got any improvements coming in this run. See, that hairpin there I find easier. I think that hairpin there at the very end of that run, you go slightly uphill, so the chucking in the handbrake does actually help get it round, whereas in the other ones it doesn't. Nah, not going to be an improvement for the Autozam. And there we go. That is that. 223.0. A not great final run. A perfect run, that would be, I say a perfect run, I reckon that can get the Supra, but the Supra is easier to drive at those speeds. The Autozam is easy to be consistent. The Autozam is, funnily enough, not quite as grippy. So, there we go. 4th place for the Autozam is very impressive. And that is it for this stream. I've just seen the time. It'd been fun. I mean, I love doing this. It's great fun to have a rally course and be building some cars and testing them out down here. Around 11 cars this evening. May well see some videos on this separately. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe try some other stuff. But yeah, the Mark II Golf is unsurprisingly leading the way on this course. The Delta S4 is second, and the Supra rounds out the podium. If you are interested in having a go with the course that I've been using tonight, when you get the game, or if you have access to it now, you are more than welcome to have some fun building some A-Class snow rally cars. To do so, there's the share code. You can put that in to the events. You can find that. You can have a go with it yourself and see what you can do. See how fast you can go through this course. As I said, the cars for this are very specialised. The A-Class cars that I'm building for this will probably be completely useless for anything else because snow tyres are largely unused. But it is good fun if you want the challenge and see what you can do, essentially, with with all of this. Just before I go, people do want to see the leaderboard, so we can do that. There we go. There is the leaderboard at the end of all of this. It has been excellent fun. That, though, shall be it. From me, that shall be it for this evening. Now, I will be back on Saturday. We are likely to be building auto beam cars. There's going to be, probably be Sunday, we're going to be doing a Horizon 6 sort of multiplayer stream. Give people time to get some money and get some cars and so on. We'll get like a decent amount of time for people to get some stuff for it. So yeah, it's likely to be auto beam on Saturday and some more Horizon 6 for you on Sunday. There'll be plenty of Horizon 6 videos coming up in the in the near future. And before I go, I'm going to give you a tiny little hint of one coming up pretty soon. Where is it gone? Somewhere. Here it is. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that little hint for you there. That, though, is going to be it. That's going to be it. No more hints. That, though, is going to be it for this evening. A very big thank you to all of you, those who donated, those who subscribed. It is immensely appreciated. And, of course, thank you all very much for watching, for spending your evening here with this. Shall be it from me, though. Until next time, goodbye.